People of the universe, I bring to you Johnny Knoxville.
Well, I'm glad to... Oh, there goes the mic. I'm glad to be here, Steve-O. Thank you for having me again and with Wendy.
Yeah, it's just kind of a tough thing for me to live with, that your previous episode on our Wild Ride podcast is by far and away the most viewed, most listened to episode that we ever did. And all it was an exercise in you sitting down for me to talk at you the whole time and tell you your stories.
Emily's like, what happens on his podcast? I'm like, hey, you just listen to him talk. It's fine.
Yeah, I asked you about Big Brother, and he told your whole story about Big Brother.
And, and with that said, I think that it was a reasonably entertaining episode.
Sure.
But since then, it's been important to me to grow, to improve my conversational etiquette.
Now, do you think you have improved?
I believe I really genuinely have.
Okay.
Do you not?
I do.
I mean, I think so. I've been here, 3 minutes, and I've said 3 words, so I think he's done much better.
Well, I feel my face turning red. But yeah, no. I want to really get into it and make it a better episode. So we've got even like kind of a game plan of questions.
Oh,
We got some hard-hitting questions for you.
Okay.
First off, how you doing?
I am effing wonderful, Steve-O.
Good.
Doing good.
You didn't have your dog last time. Your dog's newer.
Oh, Bucket, yeah. That's why Wendy, she could smell Bucket on me.
Yeah.
Bucket is, she's the complete center of our life.
It's great.
Yeah, she sleeps with Arlo every night and just misbehaves. And, we're very happy. We got her from a rescue, Mutt Scouts. They found her in a trash can in Tijuana.
Wow.
And Emily sent me a photo of her and said, I love that trash dog. So I kind of got her for Christmas for Emily and the kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just came from shooting a TV show, is that?
Yeah, Password with Jimmy Fallon. I did a couple of episodes. First one, I didn't do so good, folks. But, because I usually on TV or whatever, I'm not nervous at all. But, and I've done game shows, but we're playing for ourselves or charity. But I'm playing for the contestant, and I want them to win. So I was like...
Yeah.
So, but I think eventually got there, but it's a fun game.
Was Jackass Family Feud for charity? It would have had to have been.
Yeah. That was all for charity.
And
Tremaine lost for charity.
Yeah.
Tremaine Singh.
I
don't remember
was
seeing
on
you on that.
tour. I
Yeah.
was on tour, so I couldn't make it. And, man, I regretted that I couldn't make that because it was really like, I saw it everywhere.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 30-minute episode, but they kept us forever, and then they made it their season finale, made it an hour episode. So, yeah, it was, we almost lost. We were lost every round until the very last thing, and I would have been so embarrassed.
What was it like to have Danger Aaron on your team?
Well, we overcame it, we persevered.
Now, like last time we had you on, I talked about your involvement in Big Brother,
Your life.
but looking back on it, there wasn't any real discussion of how you found Big Brother. I wonder if there was kind of a synopsis of graduating high school in Tennessee, moving out to what happened between graduating high school and finding Big Brother.
I wasn't, I moved out to become an actor, and I'd taken some classes, and I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts for 6 weeks. But I was kind of just spinning my wheels, and then my then girlfriend got pregnant. I'm like, I need to do something. And so a friend of mine got me a job writing for a couple of magazines. I started writing for magazines. I lived next door to Antoine Fuqua, the director, and he sent me to a casting director who got me a commercial agent. So I had all these sticks in the fire, and one day I show up on the set of Spike Jonze was helping Jake Fogelnest. I guess he was co-directing a video with Jake Fogelnest for Wax. And I remember it's unfortunate, but it was on the day the Oklahoma City bombing happened, because that was people told me on set. And Jeff, that's the first time I met Jeff. He was in the video. And
Jeff Tremaine.
Yeah. And I told him I wrote. And he's like, oh, you got to come by and check out the magazine. And I didn't even get to be in the video. I had to go to wait on tables.
Wow.
You know? So I was like, oh. And then I don't know how much time passed before I went down to down south to see Jeff was World Industries.
Okay.
It wasn't even at Flint yet.
Right.
And I walked around. He gave me a tour. And I think it was a little bit over a year or so, or maybe longer, before I got the idea. Maybe a couple years before I got the idea to do the self-defense equipment. He was the only magazine that would support me and helping me buy the stun gun, taser gun, and because I had no money. I blew all the money I had. My mom gave me $300 for Christmas, and I got the cheapest bulletproof vest they had. And then I was sunk, right? So I needed support from Tremaine, and he gave it to me.
Did you not pitch the self-defense idea to like Howard Stern and the talk shows? And
Yeah. I faxed
Nice.
my idea to Howard Stern. and
like pretty far and wide, like everywhere that could possibly host it.
oh, yeah. Like I pitched it to Details Magazine, like everyone you can think of. And almost across the board, people liked the idea, but they kind of wanted to treat it as a negative pickup. They didn't.
Yeah.
They're like, when you're done with it, bring it to us. We can't
Right.
be a part of it until then. But I didn't even hear back from Stern. But much later, he goes, "I just thought you were some nut," which that's fair,
Around the same time, I was pitching to Howard Stern that I would come and douse my entire body with rubbing alcohol, be set on fire, and there in my boxer shorts and do backflips, and they didn't want that either.
Jeez.
Could you imagine that?
Moron.
What kind of articles were you writing when you were writing articles?
I liked, I love Hunter S. Thompson, so a lot of participatory journalism type stuff. I'd go somewhere or do something and write about it.
In freelance, you'd submit it to different magazines all over?
Yeah.
And as you were writing, you were getting commercial gigs too, right?
Luckily, my first year, I started auditioning for commercials, full year, not one callback. And then my next year, I got like 12 commercials. And I didn't think you did that anymore.
It's just water, bro.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I was very lucky because I had a kid then.
And that's how you met Preston? You guys were delivered, because we were talking about, some of the worst jobs that, people had.
Preston, I think, had some of the worst jobs. One of his jobs, he worked at a waste disposal place, and there was a screen that caught all the condoms and tampons and everything, and he had to squeegee that screen. That was his job.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
you win, Preston.
Did you not meet Preston on a commercial audition? It wasn't. It was the
No, I met Preston through friends. I think through Beautiful Jason.
Oh yeah.
And through that group is how I first met Preston. But when we were getting the show for Jackass, he was also, my then wife had a jewelry line, and we need people to make the jewelry and bag it and tag it. And Preston was sitting on the couch bagging and tagging the jewelry along with myself and whoever else we could find.
Nice.
I'm like, hey, you want to be on a show? He's like, sure.
What came first, Jackass or the offer to do stunts on Saturday Night Live?
Jackass came first, and right as we were getting ready to go make the pilot, because the deal took over a year for the deal to get done.
For Jackass?
Yeah.
What made it so slow?
I don't know. You have to talk to the lawyers,
The
but it took
insurance
forever.
that they're going to have the...
Yeah.
But at the 11th hour, I got the offer from Saturday Night Live, and I went to the Beverly Hills Hotel and met Lorne Michaels in the Polo Lounge, which incidentally is where Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas started out Hunter S. Thompson's novel. So that was another connection to Hunter. And God, it was I was going to get 5 minutes on the show to do like a stunt or a prank every week. And for a guy who was waiting tables, and suddenly I got this pilot I'm about to shoot, and then Saturday Night Live wants me to do something, and it was a lot, because it's like everything could fail. I could make the wrong decision, but I just thought, God, I'm just going to bet on myself and my friends, because on SNL, I would have been lucky to be on SNL, but I wouldn't have any control,
Right.
And, like, Jackass is big on tone, and if I'm not controlling the tone along with, Jeff and Spike, I don't know. I just bet on myself, and it could have been a big failure. I know we tried our best, but it succeeded.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think that a lot of people would have no idea that Saturday Night Live offered that to you, and what it would have looked like. I mean, it would have felt like kind of a non sequitur, maybe. Like something that just didn't quite fit in with everything else.
And most people serving tables would have dropped what they're doing right away and went on Saturday Night Live.
For sure.
Yeah.
I remember when the Jackass pilot was coming together. I had an offer to be in a music video, some kind of video project for the band Offspring. And they were like, oh, no. I was like, yeah, I got And they were like, no, do it for us. You can't do this and that. And I was like, I think I'm going to go with the Spike Jones project.
You couldn't do an Offspring video and Jackass?
I don't know. Like, there was something or other, like, it was whoever was in charge at the time, whoever I was talking to, was a little bit bullheaded about it, to say the least. And ever since then, whenever Offspring has come on the radio or anything like that, I'm like, turn it off. I just can't.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Wait, because it reminds you of that situation,
Yeah,
or because
like, I didn't
you
like
really
the way
don't?
I'm not saying it was anybody in the band. I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I didn't like the way that they spoke to me.
Oh my! I thought you just were so annoyed at the tone of their music that you're like, turn this. Every time it comes on, you're like, turn that fucking shit off. But it's because it reminds you of
Just a resentment.
It's just all of it. It's all of it.
Oh my! That would all make sense.
Yeah.
Not one to hold a grudge.
Man, it's so funny.
You can't even look at this on the screen right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Pictures of
whatever.
Offspring.
I don't get what a lot of the stuff that I hear in their songs too. It's kind of, it all just, I don't know. But,
Look at you, you're
whatever.
getting uncomfortable. You're
I am.
Well, I remember when we were about to do the pilot for Jackass, I was meeting with Jonas Åkerlund, who was doing this punk rock. He was trying to put together this punk rock circus. And I was like, Jonas, you got to meet my friend Steve-O. He's a clown. He's very good. We're about to do this pilot, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere really. So it would be great for you to get Steve-O in your circus. I was just trying to get you a gig because I thought ours was going to go.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I remember when I first met you in person was December 30th of 1999.
Jesus.
It was the day before.
That's weird.
Stalker.
It was the day before
New Year's.
Day before New Year's, the big Y2K. And I'd flown myself out to California to do my stilt stunt with the stilt costume on fire and the unicyclist and the skateboarder jumping off the roof of the house over my head through the fireball. And I thought I was trying to shoot a cover for Big Brother magazine, but when I got out there, here's Knoxville and Tremaine. I forget if it was Ballard or, and Tremaine said, now that you're here, and I can tell you we're not just shooting this for the magazine, we're actually shooting this for a pilot for MTV. And Jackass wasn't even the name, it was just kind of an untitled pilot for MTV. And you guys had no idea what it even was. I remember before my stilt stunt, you and I sat down on a couple bales of hay in the back of this house, and you kind of interviewed me. We didn't know if it was going to be an interview, the subject kind of a thing before the bit. Or maybe you guys were toying around with the idea of it was going to be a talk show desk kind of a thing, throwing to clips. But ultimately it just ended up being okay, forget about a format, just make it.
Well, we had the call with Spike. We're like, is there a sitting behind the desk portion of the show, or this or that. And he's like, you guys are already doing the show. Just make it like the Big Brother videos.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, yeah, that's where we're going with it.
What was your first impression of Steve when you first met him?
He was very excitable. I mean, I can be a lot, but Steve-O could be a lot, especially when you were
involved.
using.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember when like on the show, it was like you were, not that I wasn't drinking and doing
Right.
pills. We both were. But like you and I are always going opposite directions, you know.
I that's a very kind way to put it.
No, but it's like you were like you just wanted to get smashed,
Yeah.
and I was just wanting to go to the bar and
Yeah.
and
Have 8.
get distracted with women or something.
Yeah, I wanted to draw attention to myself, and you wanted to kind of duck out of
Yeah.
the attention, and I was just a lot. I was a lot.
But you also knew that you were a lot. It's not like, and that goes a long way.
Social awareness of like,
Yeah.
knowing when people are getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
At that time, he couldn't do anything about it. But I mean, he knew he was a lot, but he couldn't calm himself down.
I
But then
remember-
it's just like you just learned, like that's how he is. He knows it, and you just love him. You know.
There are times I remember just being like, just aren't like. I remember multiple times where you like not subtly, not slyly, like just put like pills in my food, or
Oh yeah.
I just like let me just stick 2 Xanax bars in Steve-O's sandwich right now, blatantly. Like he knows they're there, but just make him eat these 2 Xanax bars just to try to get him to come down a couple notches, and even that wouldn't do it.
One of my favorite moves with Steve-O, I walk up to him and I stomp on his foot. He go, ah! And then I pop up Xanax in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think you learned to stop giving me Adderall pills.
But the
pretty early.
Xanax really didn't work either. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't strike me as somebody that ever said like, no, I've had too much. Like you probably just were down to go.
dude, I was just,
Yeah.
I was just gnarly, and I think that over the years since then, I'm very happy to have become an easier guy to be around.
oh yeah. And hopefully I have too, because like I had a long way to go in that area. Just feeling like sometimes you always need to be on and causing as much chaos as possible, because
Yeah.
that's what we did for a living. And then it's like, yeah.
For sure. But, I was telling the guys this before, that, for all the people, the Jackass is so loved, and what people always say about it is, how the camaraderie between all the guys just really reads. You can tell that everybody says, you can tell you guys just love each other so much, and that's what makes it work, this great chemistry. And I don't disagree with that at all, but like I was telling the guys, it kind of hurts my heart that we don't really get together for dinner very often at all, and
Yeah.
and I feel like it's just it's so beautiful that we've had this relationship for decades now, that here we are growing old together, and we're growing old together. We've become more mature, better adjusted versions of ourselves, and I want us to be able to spend more time and have more of a relationship.
Yeah, I could do better in that department for sure, because I never, I just like being home with the
Right.
kids and Emily and our lousy dog Bucket.
Yeah. And I don't want to say that we've not had a great relationship, because we have. And, I brought my limited edition numbered print Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, you finally took the price tag off of it? For years, he just had the picture on his wall with the price tag next to it.
Well,
Yeah.
he said even before that he just put tape on the wall and had it
Yeah.
hanging up in his
Well,
room.
Yeah.
The year, I think, was 2005 or 2006. Knoxville says, hey, man, I got you something, and to go pick it up at this address. So I go into this place. It was kind of a nondescript store. I didn't even really know what it was. And I said, hey, you got something for me? And they hand me this big, flat, brown paper bag. And I pull out of it, it's this print of Ozzy Osbourne. Oh wow, because Ozzy was my hero. I always said like, man, I want to party like Ozzy. He was so out of control, such a maniac, and I want to like be that. And pulled it out. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I look in the bag, and there's the receipt, and the receipt shows that the price of the print was more than $1,500. I was like, wow, and it says right on there, like it's 21 of 90 in existence. This picture, and
I didn't even frame it for you. Hey, Steve-O, go pick up your gift. What an ass.
like,
Poster tube.
I brought it home to my apartment at the time. Just grabbed a piece of tape and just stuck it with no
Yeah.
frame. I just taped the print to the wall, and then right next to it, I taped the receipt that said $1,500 to the wall. And then like shortly thereafter, I was on MTV Cribs and like highlighted it and like bragged about it. Like, here's the print and here's the receipt. It's so funny. And you know what? It became like such a more beautiful thing because I went on to learn that picture was taken in 1974 of Ozzy Osbourne, and it was taken in London, England. And I was born in 1974 in London, England. Like, that photo was
knew that.
snapped as I was
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Kind of the whole time.
But yeah, it's just rare. I mean, there's just been things like that over the years that...
That's Mick Rock, right?
Yeah, and he just passed away.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of artwork,
Yeah, speaking of artwork.
Wow.
speaking of
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne artwork,
Yeah, I mean, we have, we decided that we should do another collab that people can be excited about.
Yes.
And we are just introducing to the world our new skateboard design.
Yes. I'm really psyched on this one. I was psyched on the last one, but this one is, from a really great artist, Todd Braytrud.
A legend in art, and particularly skateboard art. And the first skateboard collab that we did, like I kind of pulled it together, made it happen, steered the ship. And this time, you are the kind of creative engine behind it. And so it's kind of cool. Like I drummed up the first one, you drummed up the second one.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was
mind.
more the producer on it,
Yeah.
just trying to get it done and going back and forth between you and Todd. And yeah, it was, I'm really psyched with how
Now, the
it,
first one
yeah.
was the Johnny O. Is this the Johnny O? Or the
We're calling this Johnny O
Johnny O
2.0.
2.0.
oh, wow.
I think
Okay.
so. And here I am, signing for the very first time. Here you go, I think in black.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Where's a good place to sign? You're a pro at this.
I don't know. I kind of think that go that way maybe.
Go this way?
I mean, I don't know. You tell me. But let's not water down our fascinating conversation.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Don't.
There it is.
now are one of you guys going to keep that first one, or are you going to give that one,
Here we
put
go.
that for sale on the website already?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But in any case, it's exciting. The first one was great. The first one, I mean, they're going on eBay for more than $600.
Sheesh.
It's unbelievable. So these things have proven to increase in value, and I expect that this one will be even more the case because I don't think that we're trying to push this one for very long.
Yeah, and Todd is an amazing artist. So
Yeah, and I love that. I love that you reached out to do that again.
yeah,
I appreciate that. Okay, so on this art, for people just listening, you are holding a cattle prod.
Yes.
Which is something that is near and dear to your heart.
yes,
And we, in this very van, heard Eric Andre really, really butthurt about you.
Yeah.
So
he's
if I-
very sensitive.
Yeah. I mean, we all love Eric Andre, and,
Yeah.
and yes, he's also very sensitive. So I just wonder if, he described he quit the show, he came back to the show, he couldn't stand it. It was too much like, you were terrorizing him. If you could characterize the experience with
Yeah,
Eric.
he quit the show 3 times in the first 7 days. You know.
And then the show is called Prank Panel.
Yeah. And it was very traumatic for him starting out because I thought, we're going to go at each other. And I went at him, and I think it came down to he's used to being the hammer and not the nail. And to be the nail, it just kind of threw him back on his heels. But yeah, I mean, finally, on the third time he quit, it was like he was done for good.
Yeah.
And so like Kimmel's having to call me. Like the first time he quit, I was in Minnesota with Emily, seeing her parents. He's like, "You got to call me," and I call. He's like, "Eric quit." I'm like, "What?" Because he had pranked me that Friday.
What does that look like when he pranks you?
It didn't go so good. He brought out a stun wand and hit me with it.
See, I think you guys were kind of maybe loosely interchanging the idea of prank with assault.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's like. Is it assault when I go after you guys on Jackass?
I mean, certainly not on Jackass, but I think that like Eric Andre.
It's a prank.
Yeah, it's assault. It takes it into like, whoa, we're not there. Like, this is all for humor.
Right, understood. And I think that when I say assault, that's obviously not my take on it. I think that was the.
Oh yeah, no, that was running through his mind.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, what? That's not the game we're playing.
Right.
But I mean, of course, I got it. We got him to come back, and we just couldn't prank each other anymore the rest of the season, or I couldn't prank him, and it was fine.
And overall, it was a good experience with the show. Are you guys going to do any more?
Yeah, it was a good experience. It was hard. It was very hard because when we're pranking on Jackass, you set up the prank and run people through all day long till you get the desired reaction. And on this,
you've only got one mark.
You only got one mark. You know, you're pranking someone's sister, brother, and but pretty early on, I'm like, we're going to have to bring in other practice marks to have something to air if it goes wrong.
Right.
So that happened a few times, and thank God we had practice marks, because even if you're doing pranks, you're not going to go 20 for 20, and we had to get 20 of those. Mm-hmm. So first we were going to do like 30 pranks to get 20, but by the end of the year, the money ran out. We had to go 20 for 20. So it was tough, but I think we did pretty good. Some of the pranks we pulled off were like as epic as anything we had done on Jackass, like 2 or 3 of them. So
yeah, the clown one.
The clown one. Did you ever see the clown one?
You know, I saw, like, I didn't see the whole episode. I just saw like bits of it.
Well, you gotta watch the clown one.
I know. You told me about that, and I've been terrible. You know, like I love you so much, and I've never seen like your acting in movies. It's a weird thing, and it's almost like a streak that like I've just kept preserved. That like from ages and ages and ages ago, I was able to say, I've never watched a Johnny Knoxville movie that I wasn't in. and then recently it occurred to me, because I kept the streak alive. And I thought,
well, thank you.
Yeah. You shouldn't have.
I know, but now I think like it
I said you're missing out, because there's that movie, Alan Parsons Project, or what's the movie called?
Grand Theft Parsons.
Grand Theft Parsons. Sorry.
Yeah.
That I love that movie.
Well, thanks. I wasn't too happy with my performance in that, and that was very early on. But there have been some that I would like you to watch, Steve-O.
Yeah, and, I would. I'm gonna. The idea of not having seen your movies is silly, and it struck me as
a little selfish.
He's like, if I don't got a piece of the back end, I ain't watching.
He's there. No, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. I watched Bad Grandpa, and it was genius.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a little taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little taste.
Yeah, oh yeah,
they did have a little taste.
You got a taste.
Yeah, okay, so what Knoxville means by a little taste, I wasn't in the movie on screen, but I did have a little taste of the back end. And that was a generous thing, because you guys said, since it was under the Jackass banner, that the Jackass guys...
And when he was doing that, you were originally bummed, because...
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I may have had a conversation with somebody in a different setting who said that all Paramount wanted was more Jackass, but all Knoxville wanted was like to do real movies. Like, it's like, yeah, the Jackass is great, but I want to preserve the legacy, and really what I want is to be like movies. So this guy says, kind of lied to my bosses saying, I'm going to get Knoxville to do Jackass 4. But really what they were talking about was Bad Grandpa. And so the tragedy of it for me was that it came out on the internet, and the story was Paramount Pictures has bought jackass4.com, jackass4movie.com, and I was like, wait, like they're doing this. And that was what it was Bad Grandpa. But they initially snatched up all the Jackass 4 thing, and I think it was a way that the Bad Grandpa was a way to get Paramount happy they had more Jackass, and to get you happy that you had like more of a movie situation. This was how it was described to me.
Yeah, someone said they were trying to get me to do Jackass 4, and we did Bad Grandpa instead.
The Paramount wanted Jackass 4. And so Paramount was told, you guys are going to get Jackass 4. You wanted...
No, Paramount was never, ever told that. Ever. Like, we decide, like, at the last second, and then we call up Paramount, hey, we'd like to do another one.
Well, then I've been lied to.
Yeah.
There was never... time, you were so bummed for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was, like, I saw the stories about they bought up jackass4.com.
They probably did, but that was, like, I never promised them. That was in 2011 or 12 we did Bad Grandpa? Something?
It was 2012. Yeah, 2012.
Because when we went to Paramount to pitch 2 films the day we pitched Bad Grandpa. And we pitched a movie with the Broken Lizard guys, where Willie Nelson was going to play this ass-kicking karate guy. So you get to see Willie Nelson kick ass. And we were praying they bought that one. Jeff and I are like, we hope they don't pick Bad Grandpa, because that's going to be a fucking nightmare to pull off. The whole movie's predicated on, like, people reacting. That's the last thing we wanted, and we went in there and pitched, and then they said, we want to do Bad Grandpa, and we're like, I think we look like we've been punched in the stomach. And we came out of there, walking out of Paramount. Someone just bought a movie from us. It was like a death in the family. We were so bummed.
Really?
Wow.
The actual process of shooting it, too, was, like with you and Jeff, was it... No, I wasn't there, but were you guys kind of at odds with each other creatively?
It was incredibly difficult, that film, because, like I said, it's all predicated on people reacting, and we had a story. And I think it was very stressful. So yeah, there was a little tension between Jeff and I at times on that film, just because it was incredibly difficult.
Well, right. And when you say predicated on reactions, what you mean is the film was comprised, like, exclusively of hidden camera footage. Like, very little scripted filler to drive it along. And, like, the fact that you did that, unbelievably impressive. But, like, what you get one thing, and then now you got to go back to the drawing board and be like, oh, well, we thought the story was going this way, but what we got is this. So now we got to kind of...
Yeah, I mean, the first couple of trips, like, we had a loose narrative, like, where the story was going to begin and end. But I would be doing these pranks on the first couple of trips, and I didn't know where I was in the story, right? So I don't know what to push along or to say, and finally we came home after. We'd been getting great stuff, but we didn't know where we were in the story, and Spike finally, he goes, hey, I read your guys' treatment that you wrote up. That's not a story. He's like, we got to shut down and just work on the story as either the whole month of November, maybe the whole month of November. And we did, and he came by and he really hashed out the story with us. Not too much story. We didn't want to include.
Keep it simple.
Very simple, but it really changed everything, because when we went back out on the road the following January next year, I knew exactly where I was in the story and what I needed to do and what I could do, and yeah, it was. I'm so happy we did it now, and like before we shot that first prank in the movie, I was still in I was really bummed, and I was just focused on. I was just like telling myself, "Oh, it's going to suck to sit in the
Yeah.
Get the makeup done for 3.5 hours every day, and that was not actually what was happening. I mean, it took that long, but I was more scared about failing and thinking, I'm going to shoot this for 3 months and have to turn it into a jackass because we're not going to get anything. But after the very first prank we did, it went good. Didn't make it the movie, but it went good, and all that stress went away, and I felt like, I think we got this. I got this.
Yeah.
Is it more stressful shooting the reaction stuff than, say, knowing you're going to get hit by a bull?
It's different.
A different kind of stress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get more stressed for stunts watching them do something dangerous. Of course, I get nervous myself, but I just don't like watching them when it gets too big, to do anything too big.
Yeah, it's I remember my stunt where I laid down in the rocket engine fuel and the guys lit it and I ended up all burned up.
That wasn't even a stunt. That was like a cry for help, I thought. You know, it was. It's like, I called you and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, well, I remember, like,
there's a lot of other stuff that went along with that prank, and I don't know how much you want to get into that, but you were in a kind of a way at that time.
That actually sent me into a way, kind of. But yeah, I was. It was,
the next 5 days
we had a little talk
fun.
after I saw that video.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a tough one, but at the same time, like on my new bucket list special, where I get the 4-inch needle in my spine and I'm paralyzed, and the guys are like, you know, like testing how paralyzed I am with paintballs and tasers and flames, and like
that's a tight
good times.
That's a bad situation to be in for us, because it's like, here we are, he's paralyzed from the waist down, and like the whole bit is relying on us seeing if his legs are dead, and so like, we have to do it because it's the bit. We went big for it. And while I'm doing it in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, if he dies and this footage goes before a judge, the judge is like, I'm sorry, you guys did what? What, you know? And so like,
and who's producing this? Me.
And it's like, but if we don't do it, we don't torture you on the ground, you're going to be done and be like, dude, I did all this for nothing.
Yeah.
And if we did do it and something did happen to you, I'm sitting there lighting your feet on fire, shooting you up with the fucking paintball. It was in my head, I'm thinking like being in front of a grand jury, like I'm fucked.
Well, you're burying the lead too, because what we didn't expect was that as I'm laying there on the ground, that my whole like respiratory system seems to be shutting down. I can't feel like any indication that I'm able to breathe. For me to draw enough breath to tell you guys that I was having trouble breathing was like difficult.
Well, and then I remember, because we talked
Sounds
about
like a fucking nightmare. At that point, I guess you had medical attention on the set?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, the doctor was appropriately dressed up as a clown.
He was the anesthesiologist, I guess.
Like, I'm not even going to be specific, but he was...
Okay, he was my old dealer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, before
was he a doctor?
He was a medical professional, yes. He was absolutely a medical professional.
A doctor?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the fucked up thing, because we had a meeting with Dr. Drew before this, and Dr. Drew's like, it
was Dr. Drew?
No.
I reached out to Dr. Drew and ran the idea by him.
Oh, poor Dr. Drew.
And he said, well, it's safe, but you'll know it's going bad if the medicine goes upwards into your diaphragm and you can't breathe. So he's saying...
He said, really watch out if you find yourself becoming paralyzed above the waist, because sometimes this stuff can back up and then you're going to have your systems shutting down, and that's bad. And that seemed to be precisely what was happening during the bit. And
How far up were you numb?
I couldn't feel my chest at all. I could not tell that I was able to breathe.
Did they get you to the hospital then?
No, they never got me to the hospital. The clown doctor was like, it's okay, you're fine, you know, and like...
The clown doctor?
And like the
a little horn.
It was just very intense, and in that circumstance here, like these guys, their job is to like do all this terrible stuff to me. So that's kind of what was going on. But by the end of it, this happened in August in the baking sun, and like I can't feel what's going on, so maybe I'm being burned up. They carry me over and lay me down on the concrete, and I just start sobbing. And the clown doctor is confused as to what's going on. So and through my tears, I say, the bar for my stunts is so high, and like we fucking raised it, man. And it was just these tears of joy because I had done something that was like far and away more like just fucked up. And like, you know, I remember offering the bit to you for Jackass, and you were like, hey buddy, you know, like we can't like break the law for a movie.
Well, I just didn't want. What I was having trouble with was, I don't want to anesthetize you. You
Right, that's true,
being, you know,
Right,
your
but
history with drugs.
An epidural is waist down, so that actually wasn't a concern.
It was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just.
It was a
Understood,
fucked
but
up situation.
It was a fucked up situation, and that was the beauty of it. And I know that when you saw the footage, you were like, "Hey, man, like that to me is kind of dark." And like in my view, I agree, it's kind of dark. And I would say that, man, like watching you snoring on the ground after the bull flips you into your head is also dark.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
And like,
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, our darkest moments are like the magic of it, you know. And so I just love it.
Is that one you would never do again?
Oh, the epidural.
Yeah.
Man, there
God.
are things that could be done with an epidural, but it's not on my list.
Well, if you've done it, you've done it. You know, it's like.
Yeah, you want to retire epidurals?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think that someone other than me, because of my history with drugs, there should be a tranquilizer dart foot race.
Yeah, the tranquilizer dart is different because it's going to go into your muscle.
Well, we always wanted to do that idea, but I think it's tough to, when the dart goes in,
It absorbs through the muscle.
Well, you don't want you to pump a bunch of air into a vein or something.
Yeah.
Then you're
Do you
toast.
have bits locked away in a vault that you guys have never done?
Why you got books?
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot.
There's
yeah.
a lot of stuff that we haven't gotten to.
Yeah.
Well, I bought out jackass5.com. So
It's crazy how often people ask me, "So are you guys gonna do another one?" You know, I mean, we could be on Jackass 27. They'll be like, "So what's up with 28?"
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
But my answer is always, I just can't imagine it happening. But don't take my word for it, because I would have said the same thing about a Jackass 4. For 10 years to go by with no Jackass, and all of a sudden you reach out and say, "Guys, I'm ready to go again."
I know that's happened on the last two. Like on Jackass 4, I started getting that twitchy feeling that I wanted to do it again. And then we were around 2008ish or 9ish. We had an office over off of Sunset.
Yeah, for Jackass World.
Yeah, and I just started watching so much Tom and Jerry again, and I started getting that feeling. And,
well, that's what inspired you, Tom and Jerry?
well, I just knew that I was trying to think of ideas.
Huh.
Right? I knew that I wanted to do another one, so I was watching, and I thought Jeff would like, because we had a desk right across from each other, and I think he would see Tom and Jerry, and he's like, he would put two and two together. Finally, I said I want to do another one, and he was so shocked. A lot of people, everyone was shocked on that one too.
Was
Yeah,
it your
and
idea for the new cast?
What's that?
Was it your idea for the new cast?
I think it was a collective idea.
Collective meaning between you, Jeff, and Spike.
Yeah, I think we just talked and we were like, it would be good to bring on some fresh blood, because
Right.
it might be tonally weird to watch a bunch of old guys do it. You know, it could be sweaty.
Yeah. That was the word.
Yeah.
I want to bring up and apologize. The movie I was talking about wasn't Grand Theft Parsons. I'm really bad at movies and names and remembering things, but it was the one where you played a boyfriend, a drug dealing boyfriend, and it was based on a true story.
Oh, Small Apartments?
No, it was on Netflix, and it's
Oh, that was with.
and the girl falls in love with the cop, and the cop was dirty, and
Yeah.
but you played. Your role in that was awesome, and I'm meaning to ask, like, how did you get involved in that? Because that's a movie based on a true story.
Yes, it's Above Suspicion.
Above Suspicion.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah,
I was in that with her.
that was really good.
Philip Noyce is a great director, and I auditioned for that, and usually if I have to audition, I never get it, because I'm terrible at auditioning. I get too inside my head, right?
Yeah.
I can't relax, and I'm too inside my head. But that one, like, I was relaxed and did what I needed to do, and we shot that in Kentucky, about 2.5 hours from where I was born.
Huh.
So it was nice.
Yeah, if people get a chance to see that, it was a good movie.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I'm like, I thought that usually, like, I get sweaty watching myself. I'm like, oh. But I thought, okay, I did pretty good in that one. I did a pretty good job in that one.
I was going to say before that I had an idea for a YouTube video. A Johnny Knoxville movie marathon. I'm gonna watch them all and then like react. Or, people make reaction videos, and I put the idea aside. I didn't think to pursue it because I wouldn't want it to like make it seem like disparaging or anything. But I also would love to have the experience and I think that there could be an idea there.
Yeah, you might want to space it out. I don't know if that's something you do over a weekend.
Start with Walking Tall.
Okay, I wonder with is it the way that society's changed and gone woke and so sensitive, like is The Ringer a movie that you see as problematic in any way?
No, not at all. We made that movie with the support of the Special Olympics, and they wanted us to push the comedy and push the boundaries because our fan base is like who we're trying to get the word out to, and they were fully on board. And unfortunately, I think I'm very proud of that movie, and unfortunately I think people heard the synopsis that I was going to fake like I was
pretend to have a disability.
Yeah, and so I can enter the Special Olympics. And I think people heard the premise and they're like, oh, that's not for us. But it's actually a very sweet movie, and I made so many friends on that. I mean, you've met Eddie and John Taylor.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so The Ringer's first up on my marathon.
Yeah, I'm really proud. It's one of my favorite films.
Okay, great.
I love that movie.
You guys are neighbors?
Yeah, I bought a ranch in Tennessee. I don't want to really like put it on blast for exactly where it's at, but I think that I just learned today we own properties pretty near to each other.
Oh well, well, you're kind of giving it away.
Okay.
Okay, then we can
People, all they have to do is look that up.
Right. I don't.
But I sold my property.
The Johnny Cash.
Yeah. I sold it years ago.
Okay.
But
I mean, whatever, dude.
I think you even on a past podcast you even said where it was.
yeah, and it's like you're driving around there with Stevo.com on the side of your van. It's like people know.
He has like a bat signal that says Stevo up.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this. Whenever we text, it always seems to be that you're in the gym. And whenever I go get CPAP equipment for my CPAP machine, like the little CPAP store is adjoined to the gym that you go to.
Yeah.
So it's just Knoxville's in the gym like all the time. Like, what are you training for?
Man, I just have to like exercise because I've had so much trouble with my back.
Okay.
And so I have to do certain things to keep my back, from seizing up. And also, I'm an incredibly vain person.
Right. Okay.
So.
But I was just wondering, maybe you were like hitting the bags, getting her.
Oh no, I am. I just started doing boxing lessons again too.
Oh right.
Yeah. So that's
training for a big fight.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I really gotta get in shape for that one. No, I just wanted to train again. It's a lot of fun. So.
I've always been like very careful to not be chubby.
Yes.
Like, is that something you have to put effort into? Because with me, I'm like a yo-yo diet. Like, I'm out of control with food, and then I'm like, I hit a rock bottom, and then I just go the other way, and then I get like kind of back in reasonable shape, and then I think I'm good, and then I start eating like an asshole again.
Yeah. Both my parents gained weight as they got older, and I just didn't want to gain that much weight as I got older because it's just all kinds of health problems.
I know, right?
And, yeah. So, yeah, I've always been very conscious of my weight and exercising. And yeah, I flip flop about 5 to 9 pounds.
Yeah, I've never seen you fat in my life.
I was a little Rubenesque this time last Christmas because we've been shooting for a few months, and I was there every day, right? And just eating whatever.
The craft services really screws you on
Yeah.
the movie. Craft services is like just the snack setup. They have just like the greatest snacks, just a bunch of tables covered in easy food to just eat. So like we start movies and everybody's been like training, eating sensibly. They're looking their best. Maybe the first week even the guys have their shirts off. But that craft service table just screws you as the production goes on.
Yeah, it does. But like we never had craft service on the first couple of movies, did we?
I remember the third movie. Like
Yeah.
that first day when like with the above ground pool that Preston Lacey made that I saw that bit like recently. It's so good. And like we all had our shirts off. That was the first week of filming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That and because we had a 3D crew with us, and the crew got much bigger on the third one. So we're like, we got to have craft service because that's what people who are in the business are used to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't remember one on the first couple.
Yeah, the first
Everyone was so high, I don't think they'd be eating anyway.
yeah, the first movie you had the cocaine buffet crafty service.
yeah.
Something that I've been thinking about lately, and I remember us doing it. I don't remember it ever coming out, but
You talking about the bummer?
no. No.
Are we allowed to talk about that
No,
yet?
we're not talking about the bummer. And apologies for all the times I tried to bully you into it. Lately, I've been thinking about helium balloons. I just can't, I know it's been done. I know that we even did it. The idea was like, I think we sent up Bam with a bunch of helium balloons, and he was supposed to shoot to come back down.
Well, as written, I think I wrote the idea is to get one of those big weather balloons and walk up behind somebody with what do you call those things?
a carabiner.
A carabiner, and just pop it on their belt and watch them float away.
Yeah.
But then it's like that's problematic because
They fucking go into the atmosphere.
yeah. And even if we do it over water, so
I'm so sorry.
I seem to recall that at the Team Pain compound in Orlando, I have a memory. I think it was Bam flying around with helium balloons. Maybe I'm just.
we did do that, but he knew he was going up, and we had to put a tether on the balloon too.
Oh, okay.
So that was the only way the insurance would allow us to do it, if we had a tether to the balloon, which defeats the whole fucking purpose of the idea. So we still, like, I don't know, we'll still try it. And we tried it, and he took a BB gun up and shot himself down. But the reason it wasn't in was because he knew it was happening, and there was a tether. And
So without a tether, it's
What does a tether do? From the
I mean,
floor?
it's just saying like
there's a tether to the balloon, so
So
it's like
what's in the
he
ground?
never get away.
Yeah,
You know?
he's
Yeah.
leashed to the ground, so he can't go up into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because I've had that on my mind, man. Like
Doing what
to
with it?
do
The
it
same
without
idea?
a tether. Like I was just thinking of ways to draw a lot of attention to myself to promote my bucket list special. And I thought if I just like was floating with a ton of helium balloons, like in the right spot, that I might catch some headlines.
Well, didn't someone, I don't know whether it was a rumor or someone did it in a lawn chair.
Yeah, there were that.
Is that a
I
false?
googled it. I think it was in Canada. A guy, and I feel like he got arrested or something.
Arrested for what? Like international airspace?
I don't know. But
I mean, how the fuck?
I read.
That doesn't look like a lawn. That looks like a pro job.
Yeah.
Right. Like
It's a hoarder.
I don't know like how to approach it. I just like was thinking of what's a good way for me to just do a big thing and get a lot of
Yeah, I guess. I mean, did the guy have a? See, even a
gun?
parachute is like a tether.
And
You know,
like-
it's
yeah.
like you gotta. Feels like you gotta go for it, or
gotta have a BB gun to shoot the balloons.
yeah,
if they're
yeah,
going
that
too
seems
high.
fine.
Like shoot one at a time, like to
Yeah.
like regulate your elevation.
I'm gonna keep looking into it. I probably shouldn't put this out there, but hey, you know what?
I mean, you can put it out there if you want. I think surprising people is good too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I'm cutting that too.
So we're cutting that too. We're really fucking.
Or it's like is that a balloon the shape of a? Is that a cartoon or
It's Pixar.
Oh, because like if you made a big, huge balloon that looked like Tremaine, and you flew up with that, something's there.
Yeah. All right. So the TV show that you did today is just a one-off thing you did.
Yeah.
What do you have like on the horizon? If there's anything that you want to talk about?
Well, I do my radio show with my cousin Roger.
Yeah, you've been doing that forever.
The Big Ass Happy Family Jubilee on Outlaw Country on Sirius we've done way over 500 shows. So we've been doing that a long time, and that's usually the highlight of my week, getting to chat with him for an hour and play music. And I have a few films I'm getting ready to do next year because I've been off the whole year because of the strike.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, and I just started a podcast, but it's very premature, and so more on that later. But
What are the movies? Can you talk about anything that for next year?
I don't know, because like if you talk about a movie ahead of time and then it doesn't come out right, you're like, oh, I should have kept that under my hat.
Well,
I shouldn't have brought up Life Without Dick on Letterman before it was shot. You can skip that one, Steve-O. But you might like the ones that are so bad.
Okay.
But I don't know if it gets to so bad it's good. It may just kind of, hover.
Dude,
Sharknado.
that reminds me of something of legend that.
The Bummer.
No, weren't you on Letterman? And like you were up in the rafters and jumped out and like badly hurt yourself landing and then sat through the interview?
Yeah, I think it was my first time on Letterman, and I jumped out of the catwalk.
The rigging, yeah.
Yeah, and sprained both my ankles.
I wonder if is there footage of that? Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can see footage of it. And I think a skater could have rolled out of it, but I don't know how to fall, so I just went straight down.
Yeah. I mean, your lack of...
Look at that.
Wow. Your lack of ability to fall correctly makes you the most exciting professional skateboarder.
Well, thank you. No, I would do regular movies, and the stunt guys would try to teach me how to fall. I'm like, don't you dare. I don't want to learn how to fall.
That's so great. I wonder... Now, like, I'm sensitive to this. Like, I don't know that I could have done it any other way, but when I've been promoting my bucket list special, objectively, because I ejaculate on camera, because I've got the medical professionals.
Literally on the camera?
I think I did ejaculate.
Just a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. With the ejaculation, with the medical professionals stealing drugs and administering them in non-medical settings, like there's just a good amount of stuff that I simply would never have been able to do for Jackass.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was not bashful about making that abundantly clear when I was promoting the bucket list special. But part of me, like by saying, the stunts that he couldn't do for Jackass, strong selling point. But I just kind of crawling into your head and imagining you seeing my bucket list promos. I almost feel you cringing when you see that, and I just want to.
I've probably seen your promos, but
yeah,
we're good, Steve-O.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like.
Yeah, I'm just sensitive to that because I want to respect you. I want to respect the legacy, and I also want to.
Well, thank you, but I get it. You got a thing to promote, so
yeah, and it's objectively true too. So
yeah,
I feel good about that. I really did push things pretty damn far.
Yeah, whether it's like we couldn't do it legally, or Jeff or I thought tonally maybe that's not right for us, and so yeah, it's stuff that wouldn't make Jackass, and you.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yep. And I sent you a line cut of a show, like I think it's been well over a year I mean, it was just a long time ago. It was just a recording
Hopefully,
of one
I
of my shows.
got notes back to you.
You did.
Okay, good.
Oh, 100% of the time I've ever sent you anything for notes, you've always not only taken the time to really watch it or read it or whatever the case may be, but really given back thoughtful notes.
Oh, thank you.
And I took all of your notes on the bucket list very much to heart. I still had plenty of touring to do to do my best to implement them. Like in some cases I did it 100%. In other cases, like I tried it didn't work. But the biggest
They're not all hits, Steve-O.
but the biggest note that you gave me was to try to be more conversational in my delivery. And that inspired me to hire a speaking coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not a voice coach. Obviously not a voice coach. but a speaking coach. And what that speaking coach, those sessions, it felt like therapy. Like kind of like trying to chip away at like what is it that's making me so stiff? And
Yeah.
and like there was a self-consciousness about being on stage performing live comedy.
Sure.
Like how do people want to accept me? Like, and it just helped so much, and that was totally because of you. And I think the bucket list is way better because of it.
Oh, that's good. But I totally understand that because you're like, if I'm doing a character and I'm big, you can hide behind that,
Yeah.
right? And they're not. And if something goes wrong, it was the character, but it's harder just to be yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard to be in front of a crowd and be yourself. And of course, you're gonna, try a bunch of different ways starting out. But
The biggest thing was with the speech coach, the speaking coach. She said in the stunt video, the vignettes that are peppered throughout the performance, you're very natural and loose and conversational.
Yeah.
The vignettes, and while you're doing these like unbelievably crazy things. But then when you're just on the stage, like just talking, that it's less natural. Like,
Yeah.
why just be the guy in the clips? And that became my mantra.
yeah,
Like I'm just the guy in the clips.
yeah, you're very funny and lovable and self-effacing and very honest about your feelings in the stuff we do.
Is it harder for you to do a movie or like a Jackass? Like, are you more comfortable filming a clip on Jackass, or like when you're in a movie and you have the whole crew looking at you and you have to rehearse lines? And is there a big difference, or is it?
And initially, getting over the camera took a while.
Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, I just remember in high school, I already said, I want to go out to Los Angeles to be an actor. I'd already been very open about that. And someone came to our school to talk about our lunch program and how we can do it better. And we had to talk to people on camera and tell them. It was like 7 of us. And down the line, everyone was so natural and good. And when they were like, it's your turn, terror.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything. I just froze, and it took. I moved to LA, and I would do scene study classes on camera. Jeremiah Comey, he's a great acting coach, and little by little, I became less conscious of the camera. But at first, it's scary. But by the time I got around to doing films, I was okay with the camera. But
Like when you're doing Walking Tall, were you nervous about the camera?
No, not at all. Not
at all.
No, no, I'd conquered that fear
Cool.
by the time I was doing that.
I remember we were shooting the Jackass TV show while you were filming Walking Tall, and part of your contract for Walking Tall precluded you from being able to do any dangerous stunts.
Well, I was doing Big Trouble.
Big Trouble. Yeah. That's the
Big
one.
Trouble was like, we did Jackass, and Big Trouble was like the second movie I got, but it was a big movie. Rene Russo, Tim Allen.
Right. You're right.
Tom Sizemore. I had every scene with Tom Sizemore. And then there was like Stanley Tucci and Dennis Farina, huge actors. Jason Lee was in it. I remember they flew me down first class to Miami, and I was already nervous because I wasn't supposed to do any stunts, and I had a sprained ankle. So I'm like, okay, if they don't fire me for my acting, they're going to fire me when I get there for my ankle. So I got in first class, and it was great. And I was like, this is terrible, because this is what I'm about to say goodbye to. And I get down to Miami, and they pick me up back when they sent a limo. They picked me up in a limo, took me to my hotel room. It was a big suite. I'm like, this is even worse. Everything they did nice for me, I'm like, this is all going away tomorrow at the table read. And so I at the table read, every scene's with Tom Sizemore. I'm sitting across from Stanley Tucci, Dennis Farina, Rene Russo. Barry Sonnenfeld, his director, is down here. And I meet Sizemore, and he's like, hey, how about you be good today? And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is terrible. And so we start doing our scene, and every line is with Tom. And Tom, I give him a line, and he's about to say his line. He's like, what are you doing with this accent? It's terrible. And I'm just like, oh, no. You know, everything's coming true. And I look down at the director, and he's kind of looking at me, and I look over at people across from me. But I'm like, you know what? I felt like Sylvester Stallone in Rhinestone. I'm like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die my way. So I kept doing the accent. Later, 30 minutes later, I give him a line. He's about to do a line. He's like, you're still doing that accent, Barry. And he looks at Barry Sonnenfeld.
Jesus.
And Stanley Tucci looks over and was like, And I thought it was a comment on me, but it wasn't. But anyway, long story short, afterwards, Sonnenfeld came up and was like, don't worry about Tom. Just keep doing it exactly the way you're doing it. And it was which made me feel relieved, but I still was nervous. And Sizemore really laid it to me for those first couple of weeks of the film. But I just thought it was hilarious. It was a story that he was like really testing me. And then he saw that like I'm pretty unflappable and pretty easygoing. And then he didn't like when other people talked to me. Then I was his. So he's no longer here. So, but he's a great actor. It was just a pretty intense relationship we had on our first
Trial by fire.
Yeah. Hey, he's still doing that accent. I was like, oh God.
I remember that. It wasn't Walking Tall. It was Big Trouble, and you had this palatial hotel suite, and it was in that hotel suite, like on the balcony, where you stapled the jackass across my my butt cheeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and because you were shooting the movie, like, you couldn't do any stunts, so, like, you were, like, carrying the dead alligator around, putting the fake baby on the roof of the car.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt really bad about that, because you guys are out there putting it on the line, and I'm, like, in a hotel suite in Coconut Grove.
and I remember in that palatial hotel suite, you had a suitcase that had like more pill bottles than clothing.
Oh yeah. I rattled when I walked.
Yeah, Henry Thompson.
And you know, like it's pretty incredible how things were back in those days. Like we were just so untethered, and like you just, some people can just put it down. You know, like I was not, you know, I had to really make it a thing, and you just kind of outgrew all that.
Just a phase.
Yeah, and you know, like I could you know, kind of saved it more for the road and whatnot, because you know I had a kid and can't. But I don't know. We all got very lucky.
Yeah.
We've all been very lucky.
Almost all.
Yeah.
We can cut this out, but you guys never talked about, and I don't know if I should even say this, but you guys have matching tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And my daughter got this tattoo. Yeah, I actually got this tattoo.
Do you want to cut that out?
I feel like I don't think they were too worried about it.
I've seen it before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're precious about the fact that we got matching tattoos of the logo on the can of video head cleaner that we were huffing. And that was. It
wasn't nitrous oxide. It was video head tape cleaner.
How'd you guys hear to do that? Like, who told you?
Someone told me.
No, I remember this super well. It was Pennsylvania. We're shooting Jackass #2, and they were busy filling up like Bam's mom's house with the fake fake snow to ride snow skis down the stairs, like into the door. Like it was a snow skiing inside the house was the bit. It was taking forever to set up, and like you had just watched a movie about some like country music legend who was
Townes Van Zandt.
yeah, sniffing glue, and so you were far less concerned with the snow blowing operation or the skiing than getting your hands on some airplane model glue.
Yeah.
You were sending off like the PA to go like to airplane model stores and come back with glue, and then like we got back from Pennsylvania, and you know, like I got a message from you, and you said, hey, full disclosure, I've learned that a video head cleaner is much better, like much better than airplane glue, a much cleaner buzz.
Well, someone told me like there's a place on Hollywood Boulevard you can get nitrous oxide.
Check this out. Knoxville hit me up with a note, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to tell me to take out the whole part about huffing video head cleaner. But his note was that when he said nitrous oxide just then, what he meant to say was amyl nitrate. So, remember, amyl nitrate, not nitrous oxide.
But you can't ask for that. You have to ask for a video head tape cleaner. And if you ask for nitrous oxide, they'll say they don't have it. But if you ask for a video head tape cleaner, they will give you that. So
yeah, it was a porno shop.
Yeah.
It was a porno shop, and it was called like Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
And so somehow you and I, like, you came over at like 8 o'clock in the morning or something. We started our video head cleaner huffing session, and next thing you know, we've got the idea to go get matching tattoos of the logo on the can, and like we went over to the nearest tattoo shop, but they weren't open until like 10 in the morning. So we just sat outside there, right on the sidewalk, just spraying it on a sock, and we sat there until they opened up, and we got our tattoos.
Yeah, Tremaine would get very upset around that time if he walked up to me, because I would just dump it on my shirt and then huff it off my shirt, and if he saw my shirt wet, he would start complaining.
Wow.
Yeah. It's nothing to,
brag about. But
It's good, it's good to steer clear of it.
Are there any scenes in Jackass where you have a stain on your shirt?
Probably not.
Everybody's gonna be looking for the clip.
What do you think about this? Like, I've described that. Because people ask me if it was easier to do stunts because I was loaded, you know, and I said, no, like, not really like an issue, because the spirit of Jackass was never to be like visibly intoxicated on the set.
Like if we thought someone was loaded, we wouldn't let them do the stunt.
Right, exactly. And I tell people, you know, like Boogie Nights. At the end of Boogie Nights, like Mark Wahlberg is he's all like, you know, messed up on speed, and he's just too high. And Burt Reynolds, you know, the porn says, I'm not going to shoot you in this state. So there are many times on Jackass that were very reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to shoot. Tremaine's like, I'm not going to shoot you like this. And I seem to recall that on that same Jackass #2, that I was supposed to be the one that got the dick branded on my butt cheek, but that Gooch came into my room, because I wasn't to be found at call time, came into my room, and I was like laying there with blue lips because I was all like flopping on the ground with my nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
And Gooch reported that to Tremaine, like, oh, his lips were all blue. He was like flopping on the ground, like and like inhaling nitrous oxide, and I got the Burt Reynolds treatment, and I think that's why Bam ended up with the dick brand.
I don't think that was your only time getting the old Burt Reynolds treatment.
Definitely not. But man, like, it's so great to be able to look back on all of that, and you know, like, from a good place.
Yeah, like all our whatever we tried, mistakes.
I mean, back then it wasn't even necessarily mistakes. We were just out of control, and it was working for us.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then it stopped.
It worked until it didn't.
Yeah.
Until the wheels fell off, and you like have to formulate a new plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't live that way anymore, but I did.
Yeah. Well, dude, I love it. I love you.
I love you, man.
And yeah, man, I appreciate you. I think that we should make a point to reach out to each other and say, hey, like, let's just get together when it's not for work.
Yeah. Go have a little bagel or a schmear. And were you pulling up our new hot shit skateboard deck?
I think I'm gonna I'm like the way you did the last one was Hart and Knoxville.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to do one like that.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And how
And
you
it's
say it?
just, I wonder if like if it's up here, because when we're signing, like,
That's not, maybe not a bad idea. Yeah, let's
because
try
we're
that.
one up top and one down below, or I don't know.
Well, you
figure
know,
it
it's
out.
interesting. The guys at the warehouse found a pattern in your signing. You always signed Hart Knoxville, like how you normally do.
Yeah.
But then when you take a break or you go on your phone or if you went to the bathroom and came back, the first signature was always Johnny Knoxville.
It was just random. Like
Yeah.
every now and then I would screw up, but then it's like, well, somebody gets the full signature.
I think it's a cool little Easter egg people can
Yeah.
find.
And look at this penmanship, Steve.
I think
you
that,
get a strongly worded
I
text.
I think that is smaller than. I think you get more real estate. But then again, I don't know. Well, with that, we'll see. Whatever ends up on the website.
When are these
Stevo.com.
available?
Right
When
now.
will they be? Oh, they're available now.
They are available now.
Available now.
And,
Stevo.com.
do we wait until this comes out?
Yeah,
before
well, yeah. Now
Before
means
I mean, do we tell people about the
Yeah.
skateboards now, or
Yeah, they're
Well,
they're
This
available
episode's
now.
next week, right?
This episode's next week. We will have signed.
Yeah.
the
yeah, but
boards
next
by
week
then.
this will be today.
Yes.
So there you go.
Okay, so have we got a day scheduled to sign the boards?
We'll get one to you early before this comes out.
Okay.
All right. They are available now, so everybody go to stevo.com for the new Johnny O 2.0 skateboard and Stevo's bucket list. The wildly messed up and tonally dark
No, now.
multimedia.
Exciting, very exciting, groundbreaking,
Awesome.
hilarious.
I love you, Captain, man.
Love
Thank
you, buddy.
All right. Did I tell you or what? He really opened up about his checkered past, and I thought it was great. I also think this is great. Ladies and gentlemen, the Johnny O 2.0. And if I'm going to tell you, we don't have many of these. We're trying to get more. We can't. Man, so hurry up and grab it at stevo.com. And as always, my beautiful street team, I love you so, so much. Yeah, dude. See that? Ladies and gentlemen, Sugar Sean O'Malley, The Sugar Show. Yeah, dude, good to see you, brother.
I feel like we're on fucking tour. I mean, you're like rock stars. I'm
Dude.
sitting in this bus. This is
I know,
fucking
dude.
sweet.
It's $1.7 million podcast we got going on right here.
I think that this tour bus is valued at $1.7 million.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
to
at least
think
what we
about.
tell everybody.
Might as well round it up to 2.
Yeah, dude. So, man, congrats on everything, dude.
Thank you.
To be unranked and as big of a star as you are.
Yeah, people fucking hate that I'm unranked. This kid fought. I don't know. You watched Adrian
Yeah, of course.
Yanez?
Yeah. I saw the whole Yanez thing.
I tweet. He had a fight, sweet fight,
and you tweeted March.
and I said March. It'd be sweet to fight
Yeah.
him, and then he did an interview after someone in the press conference, whatever, asked
I
him,
listened to the whole thing.
and he said, "I'm trying to fight ranked guys. Why would I call him out?" I'm like, dude. I mean, I guess I would call out Peter and Dominic and Pedro, but it's like I don't care if I fight a ranked guy. Like that's not my next. My
Well,
goal
I
is
mean,
not to fight.
let's get to what he really said, and it was very, very attacking. It was hurtful.
Yeah.
He said he accused you of trying to dodge ranked opponents.
Yeah, he contradicted himself. He said I was trying to dodge ranked opponents and that I was trying to fight Peter Yan and Dominic Crew, like who ranked guys. He said I was trying to dodge him and I was trying to fight him. So I think when he got asked about the question, he got a little snake. He's like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
I don't want to fight that guy." Like he acknowledged I had skills, and then he acknowledged that he wasn't very impressed by my very impressive knockouts over Eddie. Which the knockout's fucking that knockout's legendary. The Thomas Almeida knockout, I dropped him in the first, let him back up just so I could knock him out again in the third. I literally watched that fight over this morning. It's just, I mean,
That was the one where it was the walk-off knockout,
When
but
he
then
pointed.
the ref didn't stop it. and
rightfully so. Like he didn't stop it. He didn't need to. Thomas Almeida was still alive. He was still like looking. I think he was looking like where the fuck am I? But he was still like there was no he could have stopped it. He could have probably saved him about a lot of damage. But it wasn't. I mean, it was the ref's decision, and the ref made his decision. I was fine with it.
Do you know when you hit somebody, it's a knockout? Like, is there a certain, like, feeling that happens?
Yeah. When I knocked out Eddie Wineland,
That one was the highlight of all
clean.
time.
But do you know right when you're connecting?
Yeah,
he's
oh
out?
yeah, that one was
It's like
clean.
hitting a home
I was
run.
like,
You just feel it right away.
100%. Feels
Wow.
like a home run.
Yep.
Just dropped him, and then but the Thomas Almeida one, I hit him. I head kicked him, which was clean, but he was still standing, and then I hit him with the left hand, and it didn't feel like I dropped him, but it didn't feel like I put his lights out. Eddie Wineland was literally snoring. He was sleeping. I knocked him out.
Right. Yeah, and then the Eddie one, it was just like you could have finished him, but you walked off, and then
Thomas.
Okay, then you finished him in the second round.
Third.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
My last two fights have both been third round finishes with like not very much time left on the clock.
Does that bum you out finishing him out in the third, or would you
No.
rather get it done in the first?
It doesn't matter to me. Like I go back and watch all my fights so many times. Actually, I bet I watch my fight more than anybody watches their fights. I love it. I love watching myself perform. So if I finish him in the third round, it's like I gotta watch more. Like there was a while there where I was knocking people out pretty fast in the first round. So I'd watch the fight and then I'd go to watch it again. I'm like, fuck, like it's too quick. Like I already know exactly what happens in each moment. So watching these ones that last a little bit longer, it's like it's more enjoyable to go back and watch. Especially that last fight. If the whole fucking 14 and a half minutes was just a highlight.
Yeah. That was the one on the McGregor card.
Yeah,
with
green
the
hair
green
kid.
hair guy.
Yeah.
And man, that kid took so much abuse, but he was throwing bombs as well. I mean, right? Like
It was a one-way war. Like I didn't really get hit, and I beat the fuck out of him.
understood.
He was throwing bombs. He was trying to hit me.
He was throwing bombs. I remember because I was there, and of course I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
And I'm thinking, fuck, man, if this kid's throwing fucking bombs, if he catches, he could like. It made me a little nervous. He was throwing such heat, but your movement was there. Like you didn't
Yeah,
get.
he didn't hit me too many times. I wasn't really too worried about his skill. The thing that was his biggest skill was his cardio, especially for taking it on short notice. Like it was
Right.
like 2
and his
weeks.
chin.
His chin and his cardio. I mean that's like a shitty way to like. It's a shitty way to become popular. Like he went from 3,000 to 130,000 followers from literally getting the fuck beat out of him. Like
Yeah.
it's not a good way to become popular, but he became popular. He did an interview a week later, and I don't know if this was just brain damage, but he said he trained 8 days a week. I'm like, oh fuck.
What did I do?
What did I
dude?
do to this poor kid? Nice kid, tough as fuck, and I'm looking forward to his next fight. Like he's got an audience now from getting beat up, but hopefully he can change that and maybe.
Is he fighting again soon?
He was supposed to fight in October, pulled out due to injury, which I think's good. You know what I mean? He literally just got beat up bad in July, and then like September, October, or
Fuck,
August.
dude.
So when you fought that kid, you walked out to a 6'9" track.
Yeah.
What was that? That's kind of a controversial move.
I tell it, don't dick. Dude, I think his music's good. I like it.
I remember it because I wasn't even sure. I was like, is this 6'9"?
They bleeped
Like,
out a lot. It's hard to tell what that was. Like, bleep, bleep. He's going to be there at this next one. UFC
Okay.
269. 6'9's going to be there. I went and hung out with
funny.
him right after the fight.
I saw you caught some shit because you had him tattooing 6'9" on you.
Oh, yeah, I did get a lot of shit for that. Yeah, I never, growing up, I've never really... I mean, I guess you care what people think. In high school, you're fucking insecure and everything, but it was
Dude, I care what people think, man.
I
I'm
do,
very,
but I
very
don't.
sensitive.
I do, but I don't. It's like a weird, especially the more popular I get, and the more, for whatever reason, money you get. It's like you can give less fucks. Like
Right.
I don't. I mean, I did get a lot of heat from that, but then I still posted another picture with him after, and then the comments are the same shit. Like what are you doing? Blah blah blah. But I'm not really
Right.
doing things just to please people. I'm
Sure,
doing
of
it just
course.
to
Of
enjoy
course.
life.
And I have no doubt that 6'9" is an absolute sweetheart. You know, like I'm good buddies with Steve Will Do It,
Mm-hmm.
and those two are always hanging out together. And Steve Will Do It says nothing but just the nicest things about him all the time.
Yeah.
I've still never met him, but
Well, you'll be at UFC 269, right? You gotta be.
you know what? Like, dude, I'm on tour, man. I'm on this bus going everywhere.
Should have scheduled it in Vegas.
What's the
Yeah.
date? 269.
December 11th.
December 11th,
It's
yeah.
gonna be massive. Steve, Six, the boys are gonna be there. The Nelk boys are coming out. I'm bringing out all the celebrities, and I'm still
That's gonna be-
unranked. I'm still on a pay per views. I'll probably never not be on a pay per view. It's actually pretty crazy to think Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz, who are two top 10 bantamweights. Dominic Cruz was arguably one of the best bantamweights of all time. Are on my prelims now at this point. I called out Dominic Cruz. Dominic
Right.
Cruz could have said yes to fighting me and been on the main event or main card, which doesn't really fucking matter. I'm not getting paid any more money to be on the main card than if I was the first fight of the night. Like, it's not my job to go out there and sell this fight. It's Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier. They're getting pay-per-view points. I don't know if both of them are, or just Charles because he's the champ.
Right. I think it's just the champ.
Like, he has to sell the fight. I don't have to sell a fight in this position. So being on the main card and being on the prelims, I don't really know it. Like, it's similar to the rankings. Like, it doesn't really matter, but it kind of does. It depends how you look at it, but it's just crazy to think those two bantamweights, top 10, fighting for potentially title shots, are on the prelims.
And they said no. And Dominic Cruz said no to fighting you.
I did call both of them out. I called Dominic Cruz out, and he made it known like he's not going to fight me for whatever reason. Obviously, he's not going to say I don't want to fight him.
Right.
Like, he said it because I'm not ranked or what. Like, I don't. It just does. It makes no sense to me how they can say that.
I'd like to see you fight TJ.
TJ's
Or Cody.
Yeah, TJ Cody. Cody's moving down to 125. He'll be on that same card. It's weird. Yeah, Cody's fighting at 25 now, so it's like I don't even know how realistic fighting him is anymore. TJ's, in my opinion, one of the, like, after that last fight, going into that fight, I'm like, we don't know what TJ we're gonna see. We could see oh shit, that guy was definitely using EPO, or we could or we could see the TJ we saw, which was very, very, very fucking impressive. I thought Corey beat him in damage. I thought he won the fight, but TJ was dealing with they got his ACL or whatever torn in the first or second round and continued to fight 5-5s. It was very impressive.
Right. Yeah, no, that was definitely steroids was on.
He was fucking
EPO.
shoving needles in his butt. I just can't wrap my head around like him actually doing that and thinking like he's gonna get away with it. Unless he had been doing it. I guess it's very expensive to test for, and they don't. The USADA doesn't actually test for it. I think the Athletic Commission tested for it, which was kind of rare. So I think he would probably get away with it for a while.
Right.
Why are they testing for weed
They
anymore?
pretty much don't give a fuck about weed anymore.
Hoffman, do you stop smoking up to a certain
I'm pretty much
point?
done at this point. I find it a lot easier to get my weight down because I walk around 157. Right now I'm 152 pounds, and a lot of it's just like cutting the weed out at night. I get the fucking munchies like every single time, and I could be fucking 2 days out from weigh-ins and get high and be like, I could just eat. Like, they always fucking get you no matter what. Munchies will get you.
That's so funny that you actually told what your walking weight is now. Most people don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never really understood why. Like,
I think I know why. It's because if people admit what they're walking around at, then they're potentially admitting that they're going to be compromised when it comes time to fight.
That's good. I mean, like, that could make sense. I'm actually lighter right now going into these last couple weeks than I've ever been, just because my last like 4 or 5 weight cuts. There's been times where I'm like, I might fucking die. Like, you're laying in that fucking bath Friday morning trying to get the last 2 pounds off, and it's like scary. It's like, fuck. And like everyone, I'm not just saying like bragging about it. Like, that's just what fighters deal with. You have to lose those last 2 pounds Friday morning, and everyone's different. Some people be like, what? No, I don't. I don't do it. But you know, I'm a pretty big bantamweight. But right now, I'm like 2 pounds less than I usually am. So I'm pretty excited about fight week and going into the weight cut now.
Okay, so what about fucking Aljamain Sterling? Like,
what about him?
It's such a big question.
You know, like, he should change his name to I'm just here for the comments.
Yeah, he's kind of got it's tough because he's one of the best in the world. Like, in the bantam, is he the champ?
Yeah,
he's the champ by the DQ.
but he was clearly getting worked.
Okay, then the last just fight for the interim belt. Who?
Yeah, Petr Yan did the illegal knee.
That's right.
And then
he fought again.
It's really weird that Sandhagen got that interim belt.
I didn't think so because I thought he beat TJ. He's like, I mean, if you ask the MMA community, like, do you think he's deserving of it? Every one of them would have said yes. As far as his skill, what he's done in the bantamweight division, I thought it was well deserved. I mean, it was tricky because TJ beat him, but TJ couldn't fight. Aljo pulled out because his neck. It's like, fuck, who's the next guy? Rob Font and Jose Aldo are already fighting. Like, he was the next guy. And it was a really sweet fight, him versus Peter. But Aljo, yeah. Poor Aljo is like, the comments are just fucking roasting him. And I think they're getting to him, obviously, I think.
I mean, it's just gnarly because now he's, like, trying to, like, bring on hate. You know, I mean, he was as soon as he started, like, posing with the belt. It's like,
and what else are you gonna do? You can't fight the comments because they're all true, you know. So might as well
I mean, it's kind of bumming me out the way that he's like just trying to turn everybody against him is what it looks like.
Yeah, and it doesn't like what matters is his next performance. Like, he's got to go out there and beat Peter. He's got to. And I mean, looking back at their last fight, it's gonna be a tough task. Peter out wrestled him, outstruck him, out cardioed him, out game planned him. Besides the fucking knee, obviously. But I'm not counting Aljo out of that fight. Aljo was a top bantamweight. His grappling is very high level. His cardio, like, it was more of like a game plan. Like, you can't come out like a spaz like that against Peter Yan, who's a fucking killer, who's beats Corey the same way, Jose the same way. Like, he comes out there, very tight defense, very good defense, and kind of lets you use a lot of energy in the first couple rounds and then picks it up. Like, and Aljo completely fucking used all of his energy in the early rounds and then completely gassed out. So I think it was a game plan error. But I'm not counting him out of that fight. I think, especially he's got to win that fight. He's got to go out there and win that fight.
And shut everybody up.
Or the comments are literally just gonna be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What's it like going into a fight for you? Like, the leading up to the fight, have you already thought about your game plan and you're just trying to keep busy until you get in the ring, or are you like, what are you thinking about as you're walking into the ring?
I get into a very like deep meditative state. So we get there an hour before, and I'm constantly just nasal breathing, like playing with different breath holds, like long inhales, long exhales, long exhale holds, and just for like that whole hour, I'm very conscious of my breath, and I feel like I get into a meditative state to where I'm calm, but I'm ready to kill. Like, it's like, and kill, like, this guy's trying to kill me, I'm trying to kill him. I think if you ever see any backstage footage of me, I'm sitting there very calm, like just meditating. And then when I hit mitts, I'm conscious of my breath the whole time. So walking out, I'm just feeling my breath, and it helps me get into my breath and out of my head. I'm not overthinking anything. I'm not nervous. You're
not nervous?
No, I haven't been nervous for a fight in a long
Jesus,
time.
Dude, I'm nervous watching it.
My
hands are sweaty just hearing you, dude.
I get nervous watching like people that I care about fight. It's
Right.
tough.
My girl and I we almost can't take it when Doug Rose fights.
I know. Well, she like makes you fucking nervous because she looks like she's about to have a meltdown. I'm like, oh god, I don't know if she should be in there, but she's the best in the fucking world.
best.
Like
Dude, she's
It's
so
trippy,
rad.
huh?
She's so
rad.
rad, dude.
It's trippy watching her walk out because it's like it's just super emotional. It's like she's like wearing her emotions on the outside,
Right.
Which is everyone does their own thing, and it works for her. She's a fucking beast.
And then where's your head at, like, in the fight? Like, are you thinking about
Dude, I'm
moves
not
and doing
even-
it, or is it like instinct and like something happens, you're like, oh, that was cool that I just did. Like, I
feel
didn't even plan
I
that.
can't
you know?
even answer that because I feel like I'm not in the cage. I just completely let go and have like a higher. I just trust that the last 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it was, that the work was put in, and I completely just
Like autopilot
just,
almost.
Flow state.
Flow state,
I
yeah.
just whatever happens, and I just completely let go of all thought. And I mean, that's the goal, and I feel like I've been pretty good at that, and I think my performances show that. But yeah, if you're thinking in there, you're a step behind. You got to be flowing, and just
Right.
it's a second.
I'd be like, Tom Cruise is in the audience. Fuck, dude, Cindy Crawford. Oh my god. You know,
Shit like that happens.
like-
Like, there's split seconds where there's things like that happen.
or like Tom, like somebody will catch your eye, or no, not even like.
I feel like that last fight I was just so fucking locked in and dialed in, and thankfully I was, because that kid fucking brought it. I needed
dude.
every ounce of energy that I used in there to whoop that dude's ass, and it worked. But I'm trying to think back, like I do remember like seeing someone one time in a fight and thinking like, oh whoa, and then like snap back into it.
Whoa.
But
And
after
who was it?
I don't remember, but I do. After my last fight, I went back and rewatched it, and I
Was
saw
Donald Trump already in the audience when you were
I
fighting?
didn't see Trump, but I seen Bieber. And Bieber in the video, the last like 45 seconds, the crowd went crazy, and I'm dotting this dude up. Bieber and his dad stand up, and like I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever. That one of the best performers in the world, Justin Bieber, was like standing up in awe of what I was doing, and I was like,
Right.
"Fuck, that was sick!" Like that was
cool.
That was cool.
You brought him to his feet.
Brought him to his feet, and like the whole arena was standing up. That was pretty crazy.
I mean, it's weird. You're a savage gladiator.
Basically.
Like, I mean, people are watching you entertain them by fucking somebody up.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, it's weird. Fighting's such a weird fucking sport. It's like looking at it now that I'm in camp. Like, if we were doing this podcast 2 weeks after my fight, like I feel like I'm a different person. Like we'd probably have way different conversations. Obviously, we're talking about the fight now, but like the last 6 weeks I've been in camp, which is like no drinking, sleeping good, eating clean, training hard. Like just like I'm a different person inside of camp and outside of camp.
Do you normally drink quite a bit?
after that last fight, I think out of the 8 weeks, I drank like 6 weekends in a row, which was a lot for me. And I'm like, there was like when I went to Miami with Steven Six, it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We went hard 3 nights in a row, and that was fucking crazy. But I don't even want to go. After my fight, I'm sure we'll drink, go like have the after party. I'm like, I think back, like even last night, I was thinking of some of the shit I was doing when I was drunk, and I'm like, that's embarrassing. Like, what the fuck? I was like acting like that. But in the moment, it's like you're drunk, everyone's acting a fool. But I'm like, I don't even know if I like that about me. Like, I was like, but then again, it's just like I was celebrating, having fun, whatever, wherever we're at, doing whatever. But yeah, alcohol's a weird thing.
After you win and like you're walking back, are you like, all right, I'm about to blaze it? Like, what do you like?
That's a good question. Usually, like,
Can't wait for that first bong load.
I don't like smoking and drinking, like mixing. I don't like mixing those two. Because if I smoke, I'm wanting to chill the fuck out. Yeah. And like usually after the fight, it's like, okay, now it's like we got to go out to the club. I have an after party. Got to go see the boys. Got to go. We got to celebrate. If right after the fight, if I smoked, I would literally be in the hotel room, fucking eating, not giving a fuck about anything, like just chilling. Yeah. So usually after the fight, it's like, it depends. This one might be different. I know I have an after party that's gonna be, at a club, so I'm sure I'm gonna have to, take some shots. But I'm gonna try. Last time after that last fight was the first time I blacked out.
Oh wow, I feel like
that was terrifying. Like I'm like, fuck, dude, that was dangerous.
I feel like we were texting after your last fight, and there's
probably.
I was hitting up everybody.
He sent you dick pics, dude.
I'm like, Steve, what do you think?
Dude, that's so funny, man. So you said you've been in camp for like
6 weeks.
Are you part of a gym that like a bunch of other like MMA legends are a part of?
I train at a couple different gyms. I do my sparring at the MMA lab. Benson, that's like Benson Henderson's gym, who's a legend in the sport. Also, a bunch of Kyler Phillips trains there. He's in the UFC. Mario Batista, Casey Kenny. Like, there's a bunch of guys that are in the UFC. And then there's young.
Kyler Phillips is the heavyweight.
No, Kyler Phillips is the kid that fought the kid that I'm about to fight last.
Okay.
And but there's Jared Cannonier, who's like the scary motherfucker. Yeah. There's like that's at the MMA lab, bunch of killers there. And then I train at Tim's gym. I usually just hit mitts with Tim there and do some grappling. And then Augusto Mendez, who's like one of the best grapplers in the world, he has a gym in Tempe. So I go to 3 different gyms, and then my strength and conditioning coach is Brandon Harris in Scottsdale. So I go to like 4 different gyms total. But yeah, I've been in camp for Pride like 6 weeks. Like, this is like a longer camp for me because we still have a couple weeks left.
And your main coach is your podcast co-host?
Yep, Tim's like you could call him my head coach. He's like my striking coach, and
he so doesn't look like a fighting personality.
Tim, yeah,
I had no idea he was your coach when I was on your podcast.
A lot of people say that. That's funny. Yeah, we're like really good friends, and he basically the head coach. I feel like for me, it's like I run my camps. Like I do my schedule. I know like no one has to hold me accountable. Like, hey, did you do your sprints today? Hey, are you eating good? Hey, are you sleeping? Like, no one has to hold me accountable in that sense. To where I'm like, I run my own camps, and then like I tell Tim like, hey, we're hitting mitts at this time. Like, so I kind of run my own camps.
How do you find out you're a good fighter? Is it from like getting in fights in high school? And you're just
such
like
a good question.
That is a good question.
Scott's on fire.
So I was just an athlete growing up. Played soccer, basketball, football, baseball, like all season, like every season.
And that's in Montana?
Yep, in Montana. So it's like I'm going against fucking scrubs. So I thought I'm just like this elite athlete, but really it's like I'm playing against fucking dildos. Yeah, so when I was 16 years old, my buddy asked me if I wanted to go check out this fighting gym, and I go and it's basically kickbox sparring, like throwing gloves, and I'm hitting mitts and sparring like a couple classes in, and I was doing really good. I'm like, oh shit. And I was doing good because I was an athlete. And it's like I didn't have great boxing skills. I wasn't throwing like proper jabs and 1-2s. I was just an athlete and like confident for whatever reason, and I just kind of was naturally good at it. And I was beating up people in Montana, so I didn't realize there was levels to
at the gym.
At the gym, yeah. I never really got in street fights. Didn't really like confrontation, to be honest. I was just super insecure. That's why I started fighting, was to pick up chicks. Right, right. That makes sense. In high school, insecure, like fuck.
Probably do everything.
Yeah. So yeah, I just found out I was good just by beating people up. Basically, had 4 kickboxing fights when I was 16 years old, and fucking was like knocking people out around Montana. So I was like, damn.
What was the first fight where you realized like, oh, this guy's actually like really good?
Like an actual skilled fight. I don't know. It's a good question. I've had like 35 fights in my life, so I've had a lot of fights. I'd say it probably took a while till I actually fought someone with true skill. I was like, oh shit, this guy's actually pretty good. A lot of the people I knocked out early in the first round too, so I didn't know if they were like, I just caught for whatever reason. I had just such good timing. It's not like I hit hard. It's not like I'm like fucking.
But you get them like right here.
There's a couple sweet spots right on that jaw, like behind the ears, a good spot. There's a couple sweet spots, but it's not like I hit hard. Like Derek Lewis probably hits hard. Mine's more like speed and timing, like shutting the lights out. So there's a lot of guys that I fought that were probably pretty good that I dropped in the first round and the fight got called. I don't know, in the first time I was like, damn, this guy's good.
Yeah.
When big, crazy, like, iconic Snoop Dogg is screaming your name. Was that when you were on the Contender Series?
Yeah, Snoop will never call me Sugar Sean. It's always Sugar Shane. Every time, like, he was on Rogan podcast, Sugar Shane. I've heard him say it probably about 3 or 4 other times, which is funny. And it's like, who am I to correct fucking Snoop?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was legendary.
And so then, if anybody doesn't know, you're fighting, and it's just this incredible performance, and Snoop's Sean O'Malley!
Yeah.
Like,
O'Malley. Yelled O'Malley
Yeah,
probably 8
O'Malley,
times.
O'Malley. And Snoop's freaking out over the Sugar Show. And so then you got the fight with Cheeto Vera coming up, and you post Snoop screaming O'Malley, and you caption it, "This is Cheeto's girlfriend."
Yeah, that was
Or
kind of fucked up.
Cheeto's wife, like screaming his name. I remember thinking that was unnecessary.
That was definitely unnecessary.
But then again,
I guess
that's part of the deal.
It could be, you could look at it how you want. It could be like an entertainment aspect, like, oh shit, he crossed the line, which, people get more invested in the fight. Or you can look
Right.
at it like, damn, Sean's a fucking asshole and that was too far, which, it might have been too far. I actually forgot about that until you just brought it up. I do remember doing that now, but yeah.
I mean, it's far less controversial than the outcome of that fight.
Yeah,
If we're honest. So, and you to this day maintain that you're undefeated,
Yeah.
and that's what's the philosophy in that?
So you go out there and 2 guys get in a fist fight and it lasts 15 minutes and it's like not controversial. It's like that dude won. It's like that
Right.
that's a win. Or you go out there and I knock someone out clean, like Eddie Wineland. It's not like I don't know. That was or the last fight, Chris Montini, I beat his ass. Like those are clearly like the better man won. That fight was just like how many times I've been kicked in the leg from that fight even till now, probably 100 times I got kicked. Like every time I fought someone after that fight, it's like kick him in the leg, kick him in the leg, kick him in the leg. Like my leg's just gonna go numb. His big toe hit like the nerve behind my knee, and my foot went completely numb. And I was dragging my foot across the octagon, and I blitzed in on him like through a combo, which I shouldn't have done because my foot wasn't fucking working. But I blitzed in, was still dotting his ass up, and I fell to my back because my foot was completely numb. He got on top, threw an elbow, ref stopped the fight. It was I just didn't feel like.
Okay, and I'm with all that. I don't. I'm not hating on the philosophy, but I think that if you're going to take that position, that we should see a Cheeto rematch.
I agree. Yeah, no, totally agree.
Yeah.
I think he just came out and said that fighting me's backwards or something. It's just so weird to me. These guys is like,
he's saying to step backwards for him to go back and fight you again?
Yeah, when I'm clearly one of the biggest stars in the UFC, like for him to say that, or even Adrian Yanez to say that he wants more money to fight me, it's like I am the more money. Like not actually more money, but you beat me, you get like Cheeto's popular because he beat me. Like Chris Montini is popular because I beat his ass. Like you don't just get more money to fight me. That is your more money, is fighting me. It's your opportunity. So for Cheeto to say that it's a step backwards makes absolutely no sense.
What'd you think of Cheeto and Frankie Edgar?
Frankie was a minute away from winning that fight. I didn't think it was like a dominant win. Like it was. I think it's in New York. It's Frankie Edgar. I think Frankie gets that win. A minute left in that fight. It wasn't like an impressive performance, but Cheeto, he did what he needed to do. I mean, he landed the kick. The kick
was
toe
beautiful.
got him again.
Dude, that fucking kick was beautiful. And did you see that still image?
Ooh, they have his face.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's still image?
It's a still image of Frankie Edgar's face as Cheeto's front kick connected, and it looks like
Just
a bad caricature.
It does. It's fucking like those pictures like that look fake. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's the most striking image from UFC I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
A lot of people like if you ask Cheeto if he likes me or not, he hates me. He like doesn't like me at all. He like it's very personal for him. I don't feel like anyone's like personal. Like I don't know. I see it just as an entertainment business.
Sure.
But it's funny like yeah, it's funny to me that he gets so emotional when people bring me up. Like he hates me. He really doesn't like me. But I feel like a lot of that's like he knows deep down he did it. It's not like
It's probably why.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that if I understand Cheeto, and I like Cheeto, I like him a lot. He's got like what he describes as the immigrant mentality. You know, this like just this fierce fire and passion and like, and so I take it that he's got that level of emotion just around everything, you know? And like when I see him, you know, like sometimes it strikes me that like he lacks sportsmanship, you know, like in the way he goes on like after a fight. And, and I want to be like, dude, like, don't do that. And he's like, I can't help it. I'm fucking, it's Ecuador, dude. Like I'm the immigrant mentality, you know, like, and so I like that. I like that, and I just think that he takes everything personally.
Yeah,
and I think
definitely does.
That's probably not good for some people, and it's just so crazy how different everybody is.
totally.
You know, like some people have a kid, they become a dad, and then that just makes them the best fighter, and then other people become a dad, and
Yeah, I mean, my baby just turned 1. It's been fucking definitely been crazy. Like it's changes you for sure.
dude,
It's wild.
It's intense. And then some people are like fucking terrified before they get in the octagon, huh?
Dude, everyone's so different. Like Rose seems terrified. Like Carlos Esparza is like basically crying before she gets to the fight. Like and then there's some guys that are just calm. Some guys are fired up, like pumped, jacked. Like you can see it. Some guys,
I've heard
everyone's
crazy
different.
stories about Cowboy.
Cowboy.
before a fight.
I mean, even I think Nate Diaz pukes before the fight in the back.
Really?
Cowboy said he's fucking terrified, which I thought was the dumbest thing ever to say. Fight week against Conor McGregor. Cowboy comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I'm terrified walking out there." Like, you don't say that when you're about to fight Conor. Like, now Conor's standing across the cage from you, knowing you're fucking terrified. Like, that probably wasn't the best thing to say. Cowboy's a fucking legend, dude. I love Cowboy. I do too. So I don't want to. It actually sound like I'm talking shit, but yeah, I mean, everyone's just fucking different.
Yeah, dude.
It's like me going up on stage. I'm terrified every time I go up on stage.
Yeah, make
dude.
him open for me.
I
No way.
hate public speaking.
Dude,
So-
I would be. That's one thing I would be fucking terrified of doing.
Dude, what are you up to tonight?
I know. I was talking to him too, and I was telling him like my schedule is like my bedtime's like I'm in bed at 8:30, like
Oh, man.
up at 7. I know I would love to go. I missed the Jack Harlow concert recently too because he was in town and asked me. I'm like, fuck, I can't.
Dude, I get
can't
it,
do
man.
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I would love to come out though. You got a show tonight?
I did.
Fuck.
I got a
2 of
couple.
them.
Phoenix,
God
too.
damn.
Yeah.
When do you decide when you're going to dye your hair for the fight?
My girl does my hair. She loves doing my hair. She does hair for a living, so she's always kind of like playing with different hairs.
So whatever you want, go ahead.
Pretty much. I'm like, whatever you think's gonna look sweet. Like, I think we're gonna do like this color with a pink.
I like
with,
that color.
Yeah,
Dude,
thank
the
you.
rainbow was fire.
That was the first one. That was like 6ix9ine inspired too. Like that was
Right.
the first time I did it, and that was. I asked Six when the first time he saw me was, and he said that fight. Someone's like, "Hey, this kid's got the same hair." And that was the first time he had saw me fight, and then knocked out Eddie, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the hair is fucking fun to play around with. It's just like, well, you got to be different in this sport.
I mean, you've done such a good job of having like a name and a brand and like being this celebrity within the sport. Was that at all intentional, or are you just kind of like
I
that
think it
kind of
was
guy?
super
Very intentional. I
Yeah,
think,
like-
but I wanted to be. When I was young in Montana, like I wanted to be in the NFL. Like when I was delusional and I didn't understand I wasn't gonna be 6'4". Like I wanted to be in the NFL, and then I'm like, okay, that's not gonna happen. I want to be famous. How am I gonna do that? I don't fucking know. I don't have any like crazy skills. And then I found fighting, and I was like, oh, maybe I can just put on performances that way, and it kind of like built like that. And then seeing Connor blow up like 2 or 3 years before I went pro, I'm like, oh shit, like I kind of had that vision for myself. Like I wanted to transcend the sport and like be that guy. And then Connor did it before me, so now I know what to not do because Connor's kind of going crazy a little bit. So it's like kind of like
Yeah,
That's
Connor's
drugs.
making it really difficult to like him.
I know I'll always look at Connor as Connor knocked out Aldo in 13 seconds, beat Eddie Alvarez, like just
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's who knows where his head's at.
And then leg kicks changed the game.
Yeah, I mean that one. It was weird because before that, watching the embeddeds, watching his like the videos he was putting out before that fight, I remember seeing him like do his sessions and then go sit in his chair and then put his ankle in the ice bath, And I was like, damn, I wonder if he's dealing with ankle, shin, some kind of injury. And he sure as shit, he said it was already fucked up. But dude, that's what happens. Sparring is where you get your injuries, dude. Like, it's just part of the sport. You want a lot. Some people, I have to spar. In camp I spar. Out of camp I don't. In camp I got to spar. Make sure I'm. That's where you can get your confidence from. Where you know your cardio's at. Where you can trust the work that's been put in is paying off. But also comes with injuries. Like he injured that in sparring, and then it's part of the what happened in the fight.
Do dudes at bars ever try to like ask you to knock them out or?
I don't really, not on the bars, but I stream on Twitch like every single day, and I pretty much have someone say that every fucking day. Dude, knock me out. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't like hurting people. Like I don't want to knock someone out unless it's for fat money.
That's interesting, man. Is the Twitch a video game deal?
Yeah, I play. I mean, I've been playing video games my entire life, and I started streaming like 4 years ago, and it's like one of my favorite fucking things. It's like one of the things I look forward to pretty much like most in the day is getting on with the boys, put the headset on, and you got your squad, and you're fucking in this virtual reality for 2 hours. It feels like 30 minutes, and you're just gaming.
And that's a meaningful revenue stream too.
Yeah, yeah. You could definitely make a living off it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I remember when I was on your podcast, I told you about what Danny Trejo had said to us about fighting. He said, fight like the fighting gods are extremely jealous. Like they're if you give your attention to anything but fighting, then they'll punish you for that and they'll take everything away. And I thought that was pretty interesting because we've seen so many people turn their attention, like Ronda Rousey famously. She's as soon as she's talking about I'm going to be an actor, like
T Wood.
T Wood
Well,
with
listen
the
to this
rapping.
stat. I heard Max Holloway streamed like 100 hours. He streams too. He games. Does the same shit I do. 100 hours in his fight camp, which is probably twice as much, if not more, than how much I stream. And then he goes out there and does what he does. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys are definitely.
And I remember thinking like you almost seem to be striving to divert your attention to other things, to accomplish celebrity and all this stuff, but it seems to be going really well for you.
Yeah, in camp I'm dialed in. I'm locked in. Like I'm not doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Like
Are you doing podcasts while you're
once
in
a
camp?
week? Yeah. Well, I do two. One on Sunday and one on like Wednesday. It's like they're an hour. It's like this. Like this isn't crazy.
Right.
Like I'm just
For
fucking
sure.
talking. It's but yeah, that, and then I stream like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I stream less in camp. Basically just train, recover. That's basically all camp life is, and it gets fucking boring. Like if like kids say they want to be fighters and stuff, it's like you gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna be sore for every day, Monday, Tuesday, like maybe not Sunday. I might not be sore, probably though, and I'm not gonna do much. Like I'm gonna be at home chilling, and I'm gonna be sore like that's fighter life 100% for fight camp.
Yeah.
You said you had 3 fights left in your contract.
Yep.
How do you see those playing out?
Obviously fighting in December, Paiva. I would love to fight Yanez February, March, and then I have one more fight on the contract, April, May, probably June, July.
Cody Garbrandt.
Could be. He's
Well,
going
I mean, he's
25.
in another
But
division
we'll
now.
see how this fight plays out with Kai Kara France. He's got to win this fight. He'll be like 1-37 if he loses this. He's got to win this fucking fight. Like he has to win this fight.
Kai Kara France hasn't been winning everything.
I'm not sure about. I know of the name Kai Kara France, but I'm not
He's
sure.
a New
Like
Zealand cat from Adesanya's
Izzy's,
camp.
yeah. I couldn't tell you who he fought ever. Like I know his name. I just don't know who he's fought. I don't know if he has a winning record in the UFC. I don't know anything about him. But yeah, Cody's got to win this fight. He's got to. Like he could lose.
It's really
but-
cool, man. Like I bring up Aljo, I bring up Cody, and you're just evidently supportive of these competitors.
Yeah, and I think like with the Cody thing, it's like if he lose, like, I would like to fight Cody someday. I think it would be a massive fight. Like I'm in the business. I want to put on massive fights. Me and Cody, if he wins and keeps winning, like we could be a pay-per-view. Me and Peter Yan could be a massive pay-per-view. Me and Corey, like there's all these guys could be massive pay-per-views if we all just keep winning. So yeah, I want Cody to go out there and win. He's got a name already. It's like me and Kai Kara France in the pay-per-view. Like me and Cody could be a massive pay-per-view. So it's like these guys, I want to see them win so I can fight them and it makes sense, you know?
I like that, dude.
And like I said, I don't take anything personally. Me and Cody have had beef on Twitter and stuff, and it's like it's entertainment beef. It's also like he probably takes it personal too, maybe like Cheeto, or maybe they don't. Maybe they see it like me and they're like it's entertainment. Like, but I mean, he's gonna be at the hotel, same as me fight week. So it's like you see if it's personal to them. Like
Interesting elevator rides.
yeah,
It's like,
UFC does a good job putting because they bought the whole fucking hotel. They bought a hotel for Vegas, so they do a good job putting people like not next to each other.
Right.
Smart.
Yeah,
And who's Cody fighting?
Kai Car France.
Oh, that okay, of course.
Yeah,
All right.
at 125. So it's his debut at 25. Yeah,
Wait,
We just
125.
established that we don't know.
exactly. It's what's that? 125.
No, yeah. Why wouldn't you fight up? Like, why would you want to deal with the weight cut?
Because
Well,
he's
yeah,
not
especially
very
if you-
big. He probably walks around, I think he's 150, 148, 149, which is like, if you walk around that weight, you could make 125.
But why wouldn't you? Why would you want to go through a weight cut?
I
Why
mean,
wouldn't
dude,
you want to just
especially,
eat
like,
and chill?
Cody's chin is an issue. You know, like you
it-
can't get knocked out like that. And then if you look at when TJ came down to flyweight, like fucking, he did not bring his chin with him
No.
down
Yeah.
a division.
I think Cody's chin, I don't think it's too. I think like the shots that he ate from TJ both times, TJ was cheating. He's on EPO, allegedly, or I don't know. Like
Right.
in those fights,
Yeah.
he get caught. Which is a huge advantage. It's like hard to judge his chin off that. Pedro Munoz hits hard, knocked him out too. But then he just fought Rob Font, 5-minute rounds, ate some clean shots, didn't get knocked out, got his ass kicked. Rob Font, who's a fucking stud, who's kind of under the radar, not like a super popular fighter, but a fucking stud. Boxing, super slick
No,
boxing.
Font's the man.
Beat Cody's ass. I rewatched that fight the other day, and he's got a chin. He fucking ate some big shots. So yeah, I don't think going down to 25 is going to be good for his chin though. When you cut weight like
Right.
that, you lose brain fluid, and brain fluid takes the longest to hydrate from. And we get about 20, I don't know, 30 hours or whatever it is to rehydrate. Which who knows if that's really enough time to get that brain fluid
Yeah.
back, especially for Cody. But I don't know if Kai Car France is like a knockout guy. But still, in those little gloves, it only takes fucking one little shot.
Dude, the UFC when the Venom contract began, they sent me this official UFC fight kit, and when I felt those fucking gloves, I was like, "Wait, what?"
The little rock
They're
gloves?
so hard,
Dude, yeah, they're not to protect people's chins. They protect your knuckles. Like they're not.
dude.
those
I was
fucking
like,
things are
I'd like it,
casts.
I mean, so is it safer going into bare knuckle fighting?
Do you probably get cut more in bare knuckle fighting just from sliding?
But
off?
you don't hit as hard because you don't want to break your knuckles, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't fucking do bare knuckle.
You
No
never
matter
do bare
what, I
knuckle?
never would. I think it's fucking. I don't know. They said that. I don't remember who was telling me. They said the wraps though. They wrap their hands still, and it's like a fucking cast. But I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Fuck that.
I mean, like, because everybody who bare knuckle fights, it's like Mike Perry is gonna walk out of there with a smashed face. Both parties.
He's gonna walk in there with a smash face. I like Mike Perry.
He's very
Yeah.
likable.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he is.
Mike Perry, dude. That when he won with his fucking girl as his cornerman, that was the best.
Well, I think he walked out to Halo by Beyonce, but he asked for Halo, the theme song, and I think he just came out like singing it. I think I seen that somewhere online.
Dude,
Do you know what song you're gonna walk out to for the next fight?
6ix9ine's gonna be there. Steve will do is gonna be there. I think I don't know if 6 gonna have some unreleased music I can walk out to or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably
that's cool.
some 6.
That's fun.
yeah,
it'll
dude,
be
I'm
sweet.
backing it.
So I gotta ask. I'm a super casual UFC fan.
Uh-huh.
Like I know who you
Me too.
are, you know. But like this,
What does it mean to?
I'm a casual. fan.
but the fact that you're unranked is hard for me to wrap my head around. Like, at what point do you become ranked? How does that even work?
Yeah, I mean, I guess beating ranked opponents, you become ranked.
I
Fighting.
mean, dude, if we're honest, the ranking system's kind of fucking bullshit because how often do you see somebody who's higher ranked than their opponent, yet the odds are like a landslide for the less ranked person?
The guy I'm fighting when I announced the fight, he was ranked number 15. That's the rankings go from 1 to 15, like
Okay.
in the UFC. So he was ranked number 15. 2 weeks later, he's out of the rankings. So it's like, if I win this fight, do I get ranked 15 or do I just stay unranked? But I've never cared about rankings. I just really don't. Adrian Yanez isn't ranked. I want to fight him next. So it's like the rankings are. I don't really even know who makes the rankings. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like someone at the UFC or if it's someone at a commission or like. It just really never made sense to me. I remember when. I mean, it's Jose Aldo. He respectfully can be ranked in the bantamweight division. He moved down to the bantamweight, lost the fight, and he was ranked like 6. I'm like,
I mean, dude, what Piotr Jan did to Aldo was really
Fuck.
disturbing.
Peter Yan he's pound for pound. I think he's right behind Kamaru right now. I think he's up there like one of the best in the world.
Damn. So there's not like a mathematical equation of you won the X fights against this person, so now
Not
you're
really.
ranked. Someone's just
I
kind of
think,
making that decision.
I think that popularity has a big role in it.
But does
Which
it?
way
I mean,
would
it
you
sounds
go?
very
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
I think it depends. You got to beat like I said, this kid isn't ranked, so if I beat him, will they put me at 15? They could. Like they very well could put me at rank number 15 if I go out there and beat him. Or or not. Like I said though, like don't matter. Like
Yeah, I mean, you're rocking the merch. It's like
Yeah,
if
can
you
we
get ranked,
see
you
that
gotta get
merch,
new
dude?
merch.
Yeah, I got unranked. This is my 15th. This is about to be my 15th dub, and then on the back says champ, unranked champ. I feel like I'm the unranked. I'm a champ in my division. Everyone, if all of the bantamweights were fighting on one night, and you said you have to watch one, they're all fighting at the same time. I guarantee I'll have more than anybody. I guarantee that people are watching my fight more than anyone else's, and that's kind of what the unranked champ means.
Yeah,
to me.
you're a pay-per-view draw for sure.
Yeah. Dude.
And I don't get pay-per-view points. It's tough, but it's fine. Like that Connor Dustin Poirier fight, Connor should have slid me over like a little percentage. I sell pay-per-views. I guarantee there's people that buy the pay-per-views just to watch me that don't really know Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier.
Yeah,
Dustin Poirier's a fucking star. I can't say
Yeah,
that,
Dustin's
but
the
Dustin's the
man,
man.
dude.
Dustin's respectfully. It's weird that Charles is the champ and Dustin's not right now, but
Right.
Charles is a motherfucker. He's one of my favorites to watch. Charles versus Dustin. That fight's gonna be so fucking sweet, dude. I'm so excited I get to watch that.
Yeah.
That fight's
for
gonna be
sure.
exciting.
So wait, so you're gonna be? Oh, well, you'll have already fought. So yeah.
I'll fight, and it sucks right now that we have to. So I fight, and then I go do probably an hour. I have to stay there for an hour doing interviews, medical,
Right.
doing a bunch of stuff, and then we have to drive to the hotel. So I'll get there like right around the co-main main.
Do you pay attention to the odds on your fights?
I not really. Like, so people tell me, hey, you're this favorite, minus whatever. I still, like, you can tell, I've been told minus plus whatever means this and that, and I still just fucking don't know. I don't know what they mean. But yeah, no, I don't really pay attention to it. Do you know what I am this fight? Like,
I don't.
I don't either. Do you bet on fights?
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I did one of these MyBookie promotions, and for that, like, I felt like I owed the integrity
right.
for my integrity's sake.
Yeah,
I kind of needed to use the product.
Right.
Yeah,
And
when
you won, right?
When you
You
did the
bet against
MyBookie,
I bet against Connor on,
With
on Dustin.
Oh shit.
I parlayed all
that's
four.
right. I saw that.
Yeah, I parlayed all 4 fights. I had you to win, and then I won like $1,500 that.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. Like I have a tough time gambling for whatever reason. Like,
Yeah, dude, I'm
it's just
not
like,
into it.
fuck, I don't want to lose $20.
Right.
When I game though, every single game, and when I'll play Call of Duty, I'll play for 2 hours. I'll play probably 10 games. Every game we put like $5 on the line though, and it makes it so much more fun. And I don't mind losing $5 here and there actually. Like, but for gambling
not
on
20.
sports is hard. Yeah, not 20. No, gambling on sports is hard because I have no control of it. Gaming, it's like, okay, if I can play good, I know I
right,
can.
right.
So, how does the Twitch stream rank against the podcast for how much money you're bringing in?
That's a good question. I would say Twitch stream probably makes depends. You know, some pods you get sponsors. Sometimes we're just running just straight just because we're doing a podcast for the
Right.
people. Like we're getting a couple $100 ad revenue from YouTube. Nothing crazy. So depends if you get a sponsors that week, that month. But I think even if we do, I'll probably make more money on Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, Twitch is
And then,
fucking sweet.
and you said merch is going pretty sweet.
Yeah,
for
merch
you.
has been fucking something I've always been interested in. Like even my earlier fights when I was an amateur in Helena, we were doing like just shitty merch, but I was still selling merch, so still like pushing it hard, like selling it to at the fights. So merch has been something I've been kind of like passionate about since the beginning of fighting, and now it's like I have a big company actually helping me, and it's like merch is doing really good. The new stuff drops Friday. When does this come out? What's today?
This
Tuesday?
will come out a week from Thursday.
Fuck yeah! So merch will be out by then.
Where can they get it?
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. Sugashop.co or sugashow.co. I think either one. I think they're both linked to it.
That's cool. And you
Yeah.
said you're from Montana, and Steve, we got shows coming up in
Ooh,
Montana.
Yeah,
Bozeman?
we do.
I know you said
I got
Bozeman,
Bozeman.
right?
I got
You been
Bozeman
there
coming
before?
up. I got Great Falls coming up.
Oh,
I got
Great Falls.
Missoula coming up.
Great Falls. Great Falls. That's where Tim's from.
Oh, cool, man.
go.
My buddy Ryan Simonetti is from Great Falls.
That'll be cool. Montana trip will be fun. It's different. It's fucking different.
I've been out there.
Yeah, I've only
Yeah.
driven through it, but I was like staring out the window. It's
I've been
beautiful.
out there, and,
beautiful.
and I had a good time. And so, what about like sponsors, just in general? Are you on the Monster Squad?
Yep, Monster Squad. My day one like sponsor from I think Contender Series through my entire UFC career has been Sanibel. The guy that owns Sanibel, Emron, who's pretty much like my biggest like mentor, someone I talk to pretty much every day. Like he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. It's rare in the sport where you can meet someone that truly wants what's best for you and doesn't really ask for anything in return. It's like very, very fucking rare. So Monster, Sanibel, King Palm, Dr. Dabber, those 4 right now are like my biggest sponsors that have been with me for a while. Monster I just recently signed with, but they're already hooking me up and helping. They're gonna completely mat out my entire gym and pimp it out.
Sweet.
Nice, man. So all of that put together, is it safe to say that you get more money from sponsors than from actual UFC fights?
I would say this year I'll probably make more money from sponsors, just from outside the UFC. I've made a good amount of money in the UFC, which has in turn allowed me to be able to make a lot of money from sponsors because that's where I became popular. That's how I get views is from the UFC. So I can't hate on UFC payers in a sense, like because they gave me the opportunity to get sponsors.
I remember when I started with Jackass on MTV. Like the first season of Jackass, I made a total of $1,500.
What?
Like, after taxes.
After taxes.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Fucking let them not pay me because they're gonna make me into a monster.
And they did.
And then I'm gonna break
and they
out in the
fucking
lab.
did. Yeah, 100%. It's all a perspective thing. Like you can get some guys, and like I've really kind of had to learn about that perspective because I was kind of upset about my pay too. I feel like I'm a star and I should make more or whatever. But then I'm like, fuck, I gotta look at it this way too. Like I'm the reason I am making more outside the UFC is because I'm in the UFC.
Right.
Still, like it's whatever. I don't want to talk bad about the UFC. They've helped. Like I would not. Like my whole,
It's
I owe
generally
UFC.
not a good idea.
It's
to
not a
talk
good
about.
idea, but I also owe the UFC everything because
For
they
sure.
fucking have given me the platform and the opportunity to perform. Because at the end of the day, I just love performing in front of fucking crowds, and I don't know what I could perform. I can't go and fucking make people laugh, but I
Did
can
you fight
fight.
during the pandemic with no
Yes,
crowds?
3 times. Yeah, I fought in the Apex 3 times. I fought Eddie,
Oh yeah, of course.
Cheeto, and then Thomas Almeida. Yeah,
And you obviously like fighting with crowds better.
I'd prefer it. Yeah, for sure.
Does it affect the performance of like when it's quiet versus noise?
Not me. Some people it might, and I'm just in a different fucking zone in there. But I prefer the crowd.
You like how I did this? Like
That
I
was
have
nice.
any fucking idea what I'm doing?
I thought you
He's
were a
a white
trainer
belt.
or something.
Yeah.
There's that.
I'm like,
There's a strong argument for being able to hear your coaches without the crowds.
Yeah, for the most part, like I'm definitely listening to sit here. Like that's like Tim knows my style more than anybody. Like besides me, so he's like having eyeballs on the outside of the cage. So I'm definitely kind of listening to if he sees something that I don't see, I'm definitely listening for it. But for the most part, I'm fucking in control and just like setting things up, doing my own thing. But there's definitely been times where I've heard Tim say something and like here, boom, 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 and then I do it and it fucking lands and it's been powerful. But it's
Man, I feel like this fight you have coming up, Pivo. I feel like he had some crazy fight of the night. Like,
Last fight against Kyler, my buddy.
Yeah, Jesus, Pivo. Yeah, I remember.
Cream Piva is what they're calling him.
What are they called?
Cream Piva?
Cream Piva?
I don't know what that means.
Cream pie?
Cream pie? He's fighting Cum Shot Macaveg.
Cream pie. No, yeah, it's crazy for me to be in this situation because I'm a popular fighter, I'm very well known. So then I go fight a guy named Paiva who no one fucking knows. He just had and he's good as fuck.
Dude, I saw that fight. Dude, he had a fucking
War.
incredible war.
A war, and to be honest, I thought he lost. I thought my buddy won. Not even being biased, I really just believe. I mean, he dropped him twice in the first round. That's got to be a 10-8. Worst comes to worst, it was a draw. But I think the dude's a fucking stud. Like, I got a legitimate badass in front of me, and people are just like, oh, you're going to knock him out. Like, yeah, that's the plan. That's the goal. I definitely believe I can do it. I'm capable of it. But people don't understand, like, I'm still fighting fucking studs. Like, this dude's a stud. He may not be ranked. He was number 15. Or be very popular, so people just write him off. Like, oh, Sean's going to win. Which, I'm not mad at it, but I'm fighting a
you've
stud.
got, like, the dude doesn't have any range, right? Like, you're going to have, like...
I think I'm gonna have a little bit longer reach than him. I'm gonna be way fucking faster than him. And I believe, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think he might try to grapple me a little bit. I think I'm gonna be able to keep the fight standing. It's in the big octagon, which is very helpful for me because I like to dance on people. I like to make people look stupid. I like dribbling on motherfuckers. You remember that? Blah blah blah. And then hit him with a 1-2.
dude.
I like just entertaining and having fucking fun in there. So I think in this big cage, I think he's very, very fucking tough. I think I'm going to be a lot faster than him. And just my goal is to go in there and make someone look stupid. Make them not look like they belong in there with me.
Dude, I love that shit.
Yeah, fuck
Dude,
yeah.
that got me all nervous and excited. And fuck,
Woo!
dude.
I know what you're going to be there.
Dude, I'm a fucking fan, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
I'm a
and-
fan, bro.
yeah.
You fuck.
It always just like, like shooting texts back and forth and
Yeah.
like fucking Instagram shit. Dude, I get such a kick out of it. I'm like,
What was that thing? I sent you a message. Were you tracking your?
it was my meditation.
Okay, that's what I figured it
You
was.
sent him your meditation.
No,
No,
he
no,
posted
no,
on
I
his-
posted it on my Instagram story, and he goes, "What is this? How much time you spend jerking off?"
Dude, that's funny. Have you? So you're very consistent with your meditation.
Dude, big time.
Me
man.
too. I have to do it. Changed my life.
Yeah.
How often do you do it?
Every morning, 10 minutes every single morning, and then like I do a hot tub cold plunge every night. So I get my cold plunge. It's 41 degrees. I do it
Oh
every
shit,
night.
we're in Phoenix where they make the
The
ice
Morosco
baths.
Forge. The guys coming
Oh,
to the
yeah.
show
Let's
tonight. They
go.
wanted to meet up today. We should probably just go run and do an ice bath real quick.
It'll
I mean, maybe, dude. I don't know.
I want to get back to meditation though. You do it in the morning.
I do it twice a day.
Twice a day?
I do it when I wake up, no matter what, and then I do it at some point before I go to bed.
Yeah, dude. I swear it's such a simple thing to do, but it's so easy not to do it.
Well, dude, that's why I use that little app.
Yeah, it's
because
nice.
if heaven forbid, if I didn't do it for a day, I would have broken the streak.
Yeah, you're like fuck.
and I'm so protective of
Do you
my
do it
streak.
like 10 minutes in the morning, 5
I do.
minutes in the morning?
I average 41 minutes total every day.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah,
The idea is
that's
like
good.
20 minutes twice
That's
a day.
nice. I definitely could up mine, and I should up mine. I do 10 in the morning. I have a little princess now, so it's like it's definitely harder, but I do make sure I do it every morning. I feel like it's just it sets you up for a good day, dude.
I believe it just plugs me into the universe, dude.
Yeah.
I really think, like, I got some crazy fucking beliefs about meditation.
Me too.
Yeah.
I preach it. I always like try to have a good message to people, but it's such a like I said, simple thing to do. Sit there, observe your thoughts, or just observe your breath, whatever you want to do. Just 10 minutes, fucking doing something like
Yeah.
that, and it's powerful, dude. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
What's your take on doing like an ice plunge every night?
I do it every night, 3 minutes, 41 degrees. It's fucking cold.
We got to get one, dude.
I have it's
Right.
called Plunge. It's not even a sponsor. They did send me one, but it's like it's so quality. It's a filtered. I keep it on all the time.
Yeah.
41 degrees. Get in there, 3 minutes, and it's just like you have
You sleep better.
sleep so good, dude. But I get into my breath. I get so fucking
Yeah.
high off my breath. Like I'm
sure.
tripping sometimes. Like when I'm in there, like I'm like opening my eyes to make sure I'm like, am I still fucking here?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the mixture between the ice and the breathing is magic. It's
I was trying to
fucking
do it every
magic.
morning, dude. It's a game changer.
Oh, it's magical.
Yeah.
Are you brought a filmer, so you're putting out like vlog videos type deal?
Yeah, we try to stay consistent on YouTube. In camp, like outside of camp, we were doing like one every Wednesday. Inside of camp, it's like I don't do as much. I'm like, there's not
Right.
really as much to record. Like some training sessions we record. Like I haven't done anything like came to someone's podcast at all in camp. So yeah, might as well bring Jay along, shoot some footage. The Nelk boys are actually coming into town tomorrow, and I'm gonna be on their podcast, which will be fucking cool.
Dope.
Nice.
Do
dude.
you
Man,
not-
that those fucking guys?
They're killing
Yeah,
it.
they're killing it.
killing it,
Unbelievable,
bro.
dude.
They're killing it.
Their last video they posted last night was so fucking funny, dude. It was Salim and Kyle, and they pretended to be. They posted and said, "Hey, do any girls want to pretend I'm their boyfriend and meet their parents?" So they dress all hood gangsta and they meet these girls' parents, and it's the first time meeting the girls, and it's so fucking funny. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold that face and like
Yeah.
play along with that. They're good actors, basically, but
Yeah.
it was fucking funny, dude. I was howling.
Nice, dude.
What were you gonna say, Scott?
Oh, it's not important anymore. It's not. It's kind of weird now.
We're gonna say fucking haul ass to sugarshow.com.
Couldn't afford the M.
Sugarshow.co.
Someone already fucking
They
jacked
charge by
it.
the letter.
Yeah, sugarshow.co.
Okay, sugarshow.co, sugarshop.co,
Yep, bring you the same site.
and on Instagram.
Instagram's Sean O'Malley UFC. Pretty sure. Wait, no, Sugar Sean UFC.
If you just type in Sean O'Malley,
Some
it's gonna
people
come
think,
up with
I've
the
been
check.
messaged saying that I'm like shadow banned. Like you type in Sean O'Malley and they can't find me because I post weed stuff. I don't know. Instagram's very strict, so sometimes it's hard to find certain people. Like it's a real like shadow ban stuff's a real issue. Like I guess everyone said I'm shadow banned, but sometimes I fucking think I am because some people have sent me like screenshots like you don't pop up when you type in Sean O'Malley. But yeah, I think Sugar Sean MMA is actually my Instagram.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, fuck, man. Yeah, like I said, man, I'm a fan.
Dude, thank you, brother.
I'll be doing a show when you compete next. But like as I do, you know what a fucking fan
I'm gonna
I'm.
knock him out, and you're gonna go, "Whoa, what the fuck just happened?"
We'll watch
you'll
him backstage.
They get a boner, maybe. Like, oh,
Dude,
okay, Sean just knocked
so
him out.
funny, man. Like I was sitting next to Sean at the what is it?
Oh,
Adesanya
yeah.
Vittori
The
fight in
fight.
Phoenix.
I was so stoned, dude. When I first got there, I was tripping.
and I'm sitting there with I've got Fight Pass on my phone, listening to the commentary.
Right.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I'm like, damn.
And it's with it comes with like a fucking 2-minute delay.
So you'll like tape Sean's fight and we'll watch it after the show,
oh my God,
probably,
dude,
or something.
like when I'm doing a show, then after I get done performing, I come back and then I fucking watch.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Do you stay away from Twitter and shit?
Oh my
Make
God,
sure?
dude, I will move Instagram off my homepage
That's a good
of my
idea.
phone.
Good. Just in case, because sometimes you click shit on it.
Inadvertently.
Dude, we were in Cancun
Yeah.
and I had a message from Sonny that was really funny, and I showed him on my watch. He's like,
No,
he thought I was showing him the stats of the fight. It's like
It
that.
does ruin it though if you know the outcomes. Like, fuck,
Dude.
I want to watch it.
Well, the best part was when you messaged Dana White, and you're like, dude.
When they started the contract with ESPN, and I come back to the hotel room after the show to watch the thing, and I go to the ESPN Plus on demand. The thumbnail for the fucking event would be the guy celebrating that he won.
fuck.
And so I messaged Dana. I'm like, dude, I'm
gotta
coming.
fix
I'm
that
coming
shit.
to the fucking page because I want to watch it. And it's telling me,
Who are you,
and
man?
so yeah, dude. So I got it fixed.
You're gonna, oh, no way. They actually
Yeah,
changed it.
Dana-
That's
This was
Dana-
Steve-O law.
That's good.
That's the
Dana
Steve-O
he said I just screenshotted this and sent it to the
That's
president of
fucking
ESPN
funny,
and the
dude.
number 2 at Disney, and it was fixed
That's
after that.
sweet. That's actually good. That was you probably saved a lot of people from going, fuck.
yeah, dude, for sure. Awesome, man. Well, dude, fucking thank you for breaking
Yes,
up your
thank you for
camp
having me
this.
come up.
Yeah, right on.
And,
That was fun.
Fuck yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
because I know we talked about it last time we were on our pod. You said next time you come down, we're doing the pod, and I was pumped
Dude,
for
I
it. So
love
yeah,
it,
thank
man.
you.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, fucking hell yeah, everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dudes. So let me tell you guys one thing that means so much to me. On this tour, I have met so many people who identified themselves to me as being part of the street team. I know I haven't said it in a while, but dudes, those of you who watch the whole podcast, stick around to the very end, you do mean so much to me. And how about all the people who posted their fucking Spotify thing saying your number one podcast that you listened to the most was Steve-O's Wild Ride. You've listened to 70 some episode for a total of 5,000 minutes. I think you guys are hearing me say this. I love you. Thank you so much, man. I never knew podcasting was going to work out so well. I honestly didn't think my life would work out very well. And here, my life is pretty awesome, and I have you guys to thank for that. So, let's get on stage and kick some ass, and hopefully I see you on this bucket list tour. Yeah, dude. Dude, I love that you got a dope-ass microphone, too. So
I
killer.
gotta have one. I podcast. You got one too? Sure. SM7B. It's the standard.
It doesn't help me sound any less shitty, but
We got this friend. How many times online have I been told that I sound like you?
oh wow,
Oh, really?
Times.
epic.
Oh, yes.
Well, hey, as
Oh,
they
yes.
say, let's not leave it in the hall. So if you're ready, man, we'll dive right in.
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, let's
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Duncan Trussell.
go. Hello.
Yeah, dude. Allow me to introduce you to my co-host Scott Randolph.
What's going on, DT?
Great to meet you, Scott.
Great to meet
And
you.
up at the front of the van, we've got the gorgeous Paul Brisky.
Hello, Duncan.
Hey,
How are
Paul.
you? What's
You're
up, man?
gorgeous.
Oh,
God,
thank
I'm
you.
jealous. I'm jealous. You did the thing. This is the thing. Like it's the ultimate thing where you put your podcast studio in the van. It's
Wait,
final
like,
phase. It's awesome.
who's beat us to this? Because I was feeling pretty confident that the Wild Ride was all us.
Well, Tom Green.
This has been going on since before Tom started the van life. But of course, let's pay homage to the king who started
The king.
podcasts in general.
Good point. Everyone.
We're all
No, I
following
didn't-
Tom Green in some way.
I didn't mean anyone beat you to it. I just mean like, when you're fantasizing about the freedom around podcasting
Yeah.
and you naturally start thinking, fuck, what if I just put the whole thing in a van and travel around the country? This is before I have kids now. I can't do that. But in the old days when I was addicted to ketamine, that was like that. I'll just put all my modular synths in the fucking thing, drive. You don't get much further than drive.
Yeah,
It seems
well-
like it could get old. Where are you? Are you in LA?
We are. Yeah, since this is on Zoom, we're simply parked where we normally park. But yeah, I love a lot of things you just said. I really got turned on by, like addicted to ketamine. Fucking love ketamine. I can't have it. I can't have it
Me
anymore either. But God, was
Bummer
that,
too, isn't it?
it didn't bring
Punch
out the
our
best.
ticket.
Yeah, I wasn't very cool on it, but I fucking thought I was.
But it felt cool.
Yeah, that's one of the weird things about ketamine is it gives you this bizarre like narcissism. Like it really like fucks with your like ability to.
Oh, dude, what it is like pharmaceutical PCP. It falls in
really?
the class of drug known as dissociative.
Yeah.
And PCP is a much like dirtier street version, but they have a lot in common. And,
Hold on, writing down. Need to try PC.
Oh my God, I was about equally out there on both. Another thing I want to zero in on that you described the idea of putting it all into a van as like the ultimate freedom, but that was so not my motivation, dude. Like my motivation was like, this whole podcast bandwagon where, I mean, dude, honestly, having a podcast is about like having a fucking Instagram account these days. I mean,
Yes.
everybody has one. It's embarrassing. And because everybody has a podcast, it's always been the most annoying question that anybody could really ask me, among them anyway. Like, will you do my podcast? I'm thinking, oh, okay, so will I like, screw up an entire day to come sit down with you and talk to ourselves? Like.
Well, look, this is the gift of COVID, though, because to me, like there was this a pretty superstitious idea floating around, which is you got to be in the room to really do a good podcast.
Right.
You got to
Stigmatized.
smell their pheromones. You got to like breathe in their mutts, and then you can connect. And I think there's something to be said for that musk inhalation theory, but also
Musk inhalation theory.
Yeah, this doesn't disrupt it too much.
We've had some really fucking good ones on Zoom, man. Like Tiffany Haddish had us like just about crying. I mean, anybody listening to this, check out the Tiffany Haddish episode. I said it was the best one we ever did.
Are you saying that?
That's what I said at the time. Yeah, but in any case, the reason why I wanted to move it into a van was because knowing how much it's annoyed me over the years, people trying to get me on their podcast, I just like had a lot of resistance to bringing that question to people myself. So I thought if I put it all into a van, then just say, hey, whenever and wherever is convenient for you, we'll just show up, you hop in, it's going, boom, get out. We'll make it so easy for you. So the idea of a portable studio was...
It's like Bang Bus.
It's a verbal bang bus.
Dude.
You were watching Bang Bus and you're like, fuck, I think this will work for podcasts.
Yeah, like this format.
I'm so glad that you mentioned Bang Bus because back in the day...
Thank God you mentioned Bang Bus.
Well, yeah,
Duncan.
I mean, think about this. Let me run this by all
What's
of you guys.
bang bus? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
dude.
I'm gonna run something by all of you guys right now.
Yes.
You tell me if my theory is correct, okay?
Okay.
Prostitution is illegal, okay? But what if on the Bang Bus you've got an ordained minister? So you get on the bus, you pick out a lady, and you ask that lady to marry you.
Yeah.
Now, the ordained minister officially marries you. So now you are husband and wife. You consummate the marriage on the bus, and then when you're done having sex, then you think the better of it and annul the marriage, and then you get off the bus once again unmarried. Have I not just legalized prostitution?
Well, do you pay her
Yeah,
at
you
some
have to
point?
pay
Does
her
she
to marry
get
you?
something
No.
in the settlement?
I mean, I think that annulling the marriage, I think that out of respect, you might want to have some kind of a settlement. Yeah, you want
Yeah,
to.
it's a divorce settlement.
I
Yeah.
think you've come up with your show. It's like some combination Judge Judy.
I mean,
you got to get a judge in there, so it's like, if
Right.
you could have a contentious divorce. Who knows?
I mean, dude, how does that idea come about? Like, Steve's like watching, Bang Bus. He's like, dude, I would marry that chick. And then he busts a nut. He's like, nah, I wouldn't want to marry that chick anymore. Like, how do you think about
Too
that?
late.
I don't know. I just thought. I mean, I think that my fucking theory holds water, dude. I really do.
Yeah.
I do. I think you figured it out, like for sure. And why does that have to be limited to a bus? I mean, you could have
Right.
a brothel based on
Exactly.
It could be like a conveyor belt where, like, phase one, you get married, then you just slide along, you bang, and then you slide along to divorce court.
I mean,
Of course.
talk about
Yeah.
a Vegas chapel. I mean, right, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you just got to move it over to Reno.
I like
And
that.
what a cool afternoon. You get married, you fuck, you go through a bad divorce.
Yeah, that's a roller coaster of a day.
It could be a roller coaster. It could be a roller coaster.
I like it.
Oh man.
Hey, can we get back to the K-hole? Because I've never been in a.
Thank you, Scott. I'm so glad.
I'm curious about it. Like, what's it like? What are your guys' like worst K experiences or like best? But when you're in a K-hole, how long does it last? What are you thinking? Are you thinking you're gonna die? Are you tripping or are you loving it?
I think that the general big picture answer is that it's a real moving target, man. It's like the various experiences like are various. You know, I mean, like I can, but you first, man, and I'll take it away. Let's not go for best or worst experience, but just notable.
Well, you know what? I'm going to look it up real quick and see if I can find it. The guy who invented float tanks was really into ketamine, and he actually created yeah, here it is. It's so funny he did this, but he created a dosage chart where he actually mapped the experiences out based on milligram dosages. If you look it up, just John Lilly ketamine chart. So he's got here now. I don't know because I was like insulfating. I have no idea like what the injection, what this means compared to like snorting it. But at 30 milligrams, you've got something he's calling internal reality. 75 milligrams, which he calls I. 75 milligrams they, extraterrestrial reality. 150 milligrams we, the network of creation. And then 300 milligrams unknown.
Wow, dude.
Can you overdose on ketamine?
I'm so excited to talk to you, Duncan. I mean, honestly, I'm so excited on so many levels, and like what you just described there, really, I think reinforces my personal experiential theory that there's something absolutely spiritual in drugs, and particularly even in ketamine. But
oh God, ketamine is like. One of my friends who writes all these books on the occult calls it occult cocaine. It's such a occult substance. It's something about the dissociative effect. It opens up. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but I think you go into alternate universes. And
sure. Here's what I think is that like we are sort of relegated to this physical reality, physical illusion in this third dimensional sort of compartment. And I believe that when we ingest, certain chemicals and a variety of chemicals, that what we do is we essentially erode the barriers in between said apartments and kind of open ourselves up to entities from other dimensions.
Totally.
And it's a dangerous thing to do with drugs because with drugs, when you those barriers that we are eroding are essentially protective in a number of ways, and by eroding the barriers we open ourselves up to sort of all things other dimensional, and that comes with a lot of like very low frequency. And low frequency Absolutely. I would categorize as demonic, like demons, and high frequency being like sort of angels. So when I was, at the end of my run with drugs and alcohol, I was like fucking routinely, and I was so excited about it because I felt privy to what was going on, like in other dimensions with spiritual beings. So I just couldn't keep piling in enough drugs to keep it happening. Like the hallucinations that I was having, both visual, like hearing the voices, audio, like tactile, where you actually feel it. And I categorized all of the experiences with these beings as demons and angels, and then the third category, which I now think of as demons, trickster spirits, where they were just straight trying to fucking entertain me, and boy did they. Because like I was like sitting in a chair, I remember I was like snorting cocaine, I was inhaling nitrous oxide, I had all pills, weed, everything, and I just thought to myself, as I went to go do this line of cocaine, I just thought, there's no longevity in this. Like I'm straight killing myself right now. And then I had the thought, fuck it, I don't care. Like, I don't care if I die. I had that thought. I don't care if I die. I lean over to do this line of cocaine, and the swiveling office chair that I was in, as I leaned over, it physically spun around. Like a big, strong dude grabbed it and spun, like with the force of like a mechanical bull. And now, I know intellectually, for a fact, that I did not actually spin. If there was a surveillance camera in my apartment, nothing would have happened. But I'm telling you, I had that experience, a very tactile experience. And there was another time sitting in that same exact chair, the whole fucking chair just straight erupted into flames. And every time I had one of these experiences, I'm like, okay, this is fucking cool. This is going on. Let me double check. Is it? Yep. I just double checked, and it's still going on. The flames all engulfing me. It's not hot. I'm perfectly comfortable, but it's just really fucking cool that I happen to be in a chair engulfed in flames. Like, I had this skateboard screwed to the wall. So it was, vertical, right? And I had a globe screwed to the skateboard. So the globe was protruding over the doorway to the apartment, horizontally. And like the fucking liquid Terminator. I watched that globe, like my own face, like pushed through it. You know, like it was the liquid Terminator.
Yeah,
You
man.
could see my face push through it, and then fucking it just started fucking headbang, boom, 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 and I'm like, fucking right on, you know. I had these curtains that were just on their own, open and close and open and close.
Yeah.
Where that wasn't possible, there were lights that were never fucking there that was just flashing, like it just turned into a fucking rave. All this stuff was going on, and I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing. I just have to keep doing more and more drugs.
Yeah.
I
That's
loved
the problem. See, this is what I love about Ram Dass. One of my teachers is you know Ram Dass, you've heard of him, this guy
It rings a bell.
He was hanging out with Tim Leary at Harvard, and they were the professors. They got kicked out of Harvard because they were like taking LSD and giving LSD to the students, and because they were interested from at first, because they were both like really brilliant psychologists. And this was a new substance, and they thought they had sort of like discovered what was going to be the next phase of human evolution, or a nootropic that was going to like completely accelerate the civilization. They get kicked out of Harvard. At the time, Ram Dass's name was Richard Alpert. And so they're like exactly where any of us have been, where we're running into this seemingly like built into the matrix inhibition thing that they currently, what do they call it? Tolerance. And so they're literally drinking LSD, like Sandoz Laboratory 1960s LSD, out of vials, like liquid LSD, drinking it because
not even droppers. Because I did a dropper.
Sipping it
Shots
out of
of
like
it.
shit. Sipping. Yes, I'm not. Look, it's crazy. There's a great book called the
Martinis.
Harvard Psychedelic Club. Yeah, because they were on acid. You do get a tolerance really fast.
Yeah, you do.
But they were running into the same problem, and so Alpert goes to India with a like shit ton of acid that Owsley, have you ever heard of Owsley the bear? He's like the dancing bears on the Grateful Dead shit. That's Owsley's nickname. He was the LSD chemist of the Dead, like Steely Dan, Kid Charlemagne. It's a whole song written about him.
Oh, wow.
It's he's this famous. I know someone who went with him delivering acid in San Francisco and said, these fucking hippies, they'd come out of their house and they call it pranayama. I think pranayama. They fully bow, prostrating to him, which is why there's a line in the Steely Dan song, which is like, did you feel like Jesus? Because he was like blowing everyone's mind. Anyway, he makes a special batch for Alpert, who takes it to India to give to people who've been meditating for, their whole lives, and ask them, what the fuck is this? And, some people loved it. Some people said, this is a waste of time. But he meets his guru. This is one of the famous crazy fucking stories. And his guru says to him, like, you have something you want to give me. Give it to me. What do you have? And so he gives him this fucking powerful acid to this old man in a blanket who eats it, and no reaction. Nothing happens. He gives him like something for us, for me, that's fetal position, like 500 micrograms of like, that's weeping fetal position. What have I done? I'm never coming down. No response, no reaction. Alpert gets back to the United States, is telling his psychologist friends this story. They're like, he got swindled. He palmed it. He obviously didn't fucking eat. No one's eating 500 micrograms of LSD and having zero reaction. Physiologically impossible. So the next time he's with this guy, Neem Karoli Baba was his name, he says to him, the last time you were here, did you give me something? And he said, yeah, because this guy was telepathic, and there's no other way to put it. And he goes, what did you give me? What did you give me? And he said, LSD. And he said, did I eat it? Do you think I really ate it? Because he knows he's thinking you didn't really eat it. And he's like, give me more, give me more. So he gives him a massive doom dose, like I don't know how many capsules. These are capsules of this stuff.
What does a capsule look like?
You mean like, when you get the, it's in, like a Flintstones
fucking
vitamin.
pill.
Okay.
It's a pill, like a dyed pill is the substrate the shit's in. So he's holding it in his hand, taking one, chewing it, taking the other, chewing it, taking the other, chewing it. Then he opens his mouth. So he sees like his tongue is just covered in like blue. And then he now I know people who saw this from the other perspective, because Ram Dass told this story a bunch. It's a cool story. But basically he goes under his blanket and he starts shaking like he's having a seizure, moaning like, oh! And Ram Dass is like, oh fuck. I just basically just killed an old Indian. Like I killed my guru. I broke an old Indian man who like was like trying to like flex on me or something. And so then after doing this for a little while, I know people who saw Ram Dass who was like about to cry, face pale, probably thinking about lawsuits, probably thinking about like how the Indian authorities might arrest me for this shit. Like, and then he like comes out of his blanket and he's like smiling. Goes about his business completely fine. You're just fucking with it. You're just fucking with it. Like, is this what you wanted me to do? Is this like what you were hoping for? Did you want to see something like that? But anyway, he says to him at the end of this day, he says to him, we used to have something like this in the Indus Valley. He said, this will bring you into the presence of Christ, but the problem is you can't stay there with this. And it was like just the most brilliant articulation of the problem with these substances, which is like, it's affirming what we all already know. Holy fuck. It's showing me what's inside the Ark of the Covenant. Like I'm seeing past the veil and it's real. Whether or not sober people or people who've never tripped want to believe that, what can we do? But it's real. It's something. You're seeing something more than just like mashing your brain. But also, you can't fucking stay there because it's like we're in school here. We got to go to school here right now. Like that's what we're doing here. You don't get to play hooky too much. It's like built in to not. It doesn't work out.
Do you think that like we've had past lives and that we've spiritually evolved to this point, or do you think like this is something that we get one life and then?
I mean, come on, dude. That's a rookie question. Of course, we've had thousands of lives,
but not a lot of people think that.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that.
I think
here's the thing. There is so much irrefutable proof of reincarnation that it's kind of laughable for anybody to not believe in it. Would you agree with that?
I love you. How sweet is that? You're like, no, this is proven. You're like Carl Sagan over there. No, we've got the charts. I mean, obviously, I do believe in it. And like, I have a method for understanding it just based on my own, like, various incarnations in my own life, you know? Like, if you look back at all the phases you've been through and, you know, every single one of you have gone through so many fucking phases.
For sure.
Like I went through like a mild Smiths phase. I was wearing like a trench coat and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but to me, it was real. That was almost like a different life. Or like, you know, when I was in high school, certainly my concerns were so different from now, and also like my physical form. So when you look at like just forget like before we're born and after we die, if you just look at the general human existence, there's so many lives in any human life.
Sure.
I mean, people are reincarnating all the fucking time.
Right.
And so I think that, you know, whether or not there's some continuance, I think there is. I know it's not. I don't imagine it to be provable.
I agree with you.
What's the proof you're talking about,
I mean,
Steve?
just like the people who, particularly when they're babies, they'll just like say weird shit and then they'll check it, and, you know, and
yeah, there's that like 4-year-old that like
and
predicted her past death, and they found the place where
like little kids will be looking at pictures and they'll be like, oh well, that's when I was doing this. And they're looking at the picture of like a dead grandfather, and then everything they say checks out. So
yeah, full disclosure. I mean, I agree with you, Duncan. I was just trying to get the clickbait. You know, Duncan Trussell talks about past lives. You know, I mean,
right now,
holy fuck, really? You're like the Machiavelli of podcasts. Really? That's awesome, man. Wow.
Here's the problem with reincarnation. I think it's a great number of people are tripped up over this
because of religion.
Well, no, it's there's a numbers problem with it. You know, like if we are reincarnated, then how do you factor in the ever growing population? Are some
I solved it.
Are some souls new and are some souls recycled? And
multiverse.
Yeah, I think sure. I think that when you factor in all of the dimensions that we're not privy to, and then when you factor in the fact that even like a fleeting thought is essentially a life, you know, like there's such. And then,
you guys are like kindred spirits, dude.
And then when you bring into it like the crazy fucking quantum physics shit, where it's like every single possible outcome of every single possible situation is all simultaneously happening, and there is no such thing as right now, and all is right now. Like then it gets really crazy, and you don't have to worry about the numbers game anymore.
Then it works. But that is a valid. Also, God, man, this is like one of the only times I really broke through on DMT at Burning Man. I like did the thing and went into the thing that everyone talks about, and I was in the fucking thing, and you know, but I had this sense of like, oh, I could like completely like obliviate myself here, or somehow merge with the universe. Obviously not true. I've never heard of anyone dying on DMT, but that DMT, not a voice, but you know, whatever it is, said, oh, you can always go back. You can always go back to that moment if you want. And then ever since then, I sort of revised my idea of reincarnation being a thing that starts with your birth and ends with your death. And now I see it more as like, probably upon like dropping your body, or as they call it in the East, you might be able to like actually choose frames of your incarnation that you want to jump back into and start your life there. Meaning that at any given moment, like future versions of you are sort of pouring into the current version of you just to experience life from this point going forward. But you would never know that because it's you and they just sort of resonate with you. I mean, I think that the primitive idea of reincarnation is that you die and you get a break. That's a funny one. Like a lot of new agers have this spa theory where you fucking get hit by a car and suddenly you're like floating in like some, hyperdimensional spa water. Like, I think the next life I want to be paralyzed from the neck down. That'll be awesome.
Sure.
The
blueprint.
I'm sorry. What if it's not like that? What if it's just you die and you open your eyes and you're like in your 40s going through a divorce? There's no space. There's no rest. There's no anything. And you just have a little deja vu. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Sure.
What happened was you just came back into a new life with full amnesia of what you used to be.
Sure. Amnesia is a big deal. And I have no problem with any of that. I want to run by you two things. And then I want you to tell me if you think I'm a genius or if this is just completely idiotic. But
what if I already think you're a genius?
Okay, good. I really think I kind of figured something out with this, because the idea of like, how did it all begin? It's just a stupid question. Oh, there was Big Bang. All right, well, what banged? Like, okay, there you come up with something that banged. All right, well, where did that thing come from? You keep going back and like, so the concept of linear time is clearly a flawed idea, right? And I at one point I was smoking some pot, I was writing an email, and I felt like I figured it out. I said, there was a time when humans thought the world was flat. And they were actually terrified to get in their boat and go too far because they were legitimately scared that their boat would fall off the end of the world and that they would perish. So then I just equated that. I said, I believe we will come to a point where it is equally ridiculous to think of time as flat, such that there's a beginning or an end that you could fall off of. When in fact, just like the world, time is round, dude. It's a cycle. Yeah. And
I know, man.
I mean, and if you think of it that way, then what was before that? What was before that? Nothing was before that, because it's a fucking cycle. It's round. It doesn't begin or end. And that's one. Yeah. That was one little sort of thought that I had that I was pretty proud of. Now I've got one more, which is that the idea of the body and death. Now, we've heard the saying that we're not human beings having a spiritual experience, but rather we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Yes. Now, to give the idea of like when we die, we awaken to eternal life, that actually we're eternal, and all of this. I liken, especially because we're multidimensional beings. So like we absolutely exist in all of these. We're just not aware of it, because when we incarnate in this physical body, we kind of make a deal that we forget that we're spirits. So we don't know what the fuck's going on. And we certainly do wake up at the moment of death. But now, to look at death and what it really represents, the theory that I came up with was to imagine that the soul, so to speak, is like a fucking like a radio wave kind of a deal. The body is essentially like a radio that picks up that Now, I think that the flaw in our view of the human brain is that the human brain, the human body, is a generator of consciousness. Yes. Like a transmitter. It generates the consciousness like like a transmitter would. But I don't see it that way. I see the human body, the brain, as a receiver of the signal which is out there. So now to make it a metaphor, you could take a radio that's like dialed in to like a certain station, like 106.7, right? Yeah. Now you can take that fucking physical radio and you can take a sledgehammer to it. You can smash it. You can destroy it. Destroy that body into oblivion. But you have done nothing to interrupt or kill the signal. So what we are is that we're the receiver of the signal. Yeah. We're the receiver of the signal. You can shoot yourself in the head. All you're doing is killing the radio. You're not fucking with the signal, man. And the signal is forever, dude. And And on top of that, there's so many stations, dude. There's limit, and you can plug that station into a different fucking radio later on down the line, and there's your reincarnation and shit.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I've thought about this, the receiver idea. It's particularly wrapped around like, you know, when you meet someone who's all puffed up and shit, and it's like, it's a quality of confusion, I think. You know, it's like if there were a sentient radio and it was playing the Beatles, it would be easy for the radio to be like, I'm fucking amazing. Like, literally.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I think people get a little confused regarding their identity in that regard.
Oh, dude, that's another great layer on top. That just takes another step further. I fucking love that.
It's entanglement is what they call it. You know, we're entangled in this situation. And in Buddhism, it's this is sort of the map of how to sort of predict what your next life is going to be. What they say is, well, look at what you're doing now, and that'll give you some idea of where you're headed. And it's because it's momentum based, essentially. So it's like whatever this particular frequency is, it has this kind of momentum to it. The momentum is karma. And so that momentum has been going on for, you know, millennia. Incalculable. This was actually one of my like ketamine visions. Was I was seeing my past lives. I couldn't specifically see him, but I knew somehow like what I was looking at was all my past lives. And there was so many of them, and they looked like fish eggs kind of floating in space, just all these ways my karma had expressed itself. But yeah, it's like, so this is why there is this emphasis on meditation, and people get confused about the statement, meditation is the preparation for death. And what it means is like, there is an acknowledgement of exactly what you're saying. The body is finite, but there's this sort of transmission that is your soul that's never going to stop. And so when you die, it's, I mean, just, have you ever met like a healthy, I mean, unless you're like lucky and you just get hit, you're like jogging in a marathon, get hit by a fucking car or something, you know, probably you get sick. When people are dying, they get really sick and confused. Usually they're in a lot of pain. Then they start taking the morphine. Then they sort of like, and if you've seen someone die, it's nuts because they like literally, they lift off of that thing you're talking about. Like, it's like watching an airplane take off, only it's taking off from time, not the earth. And so they're spiraling through, like they're talking to their mom, and then they're talking to like, you know, somebody that they knew, and you have no idea who they're talking to, but it's because they're spiraling through time because they're breaking free. But the momentum. So the idea here is like, you want to die with some tranquility and some peace, because if you can handle it, which is some of these Tibetan lamas, they describe it as like being in a snowstorm. It's so confusing. So if you can maintain some element of being calm, then there is a possibility of at the very least, like having a little bit more control over what your next life might be, instead of it being like what it is for what it is for a lot of people, which is like terrifying. And the description is like, suddenly you don't have a body. You've had a body all this fucking time. And it's like, what the fuck? I need a body, because that's what you're familiar with. And then you kind of, you impatiently race into your parents, which, by the way, which is something really cool in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which is what they read to like monks who've died to guide them into the next life. You know, the idea is you see all these people fucking, not to go back to Bang Bus or anything, but it's like you literally see a field within which there's all these people fucking. And it's weirdly like, it's like porn. It's like the one that turns you on the most, you go to that. So basically you were watching your parents fuck and you're like, that's fucking hot. I want to get in on that. And you like go into that. And then the next thing you know, you're their kid. And this is wow. This is why in this life we're so into sex and fucking and all that, because it's like that same momentum that brought us here, you know, continues. It's all momentum. It's really fascinating. It's a really fascinating take on what happens when you die.
Well, it's crazy.
So Scott over here is just straight addicted to YouTube videos about people
like near-death experiences
and like
their experiences, what happened when they die. And I've been fascinated with that for years.
And it's weird because in the near-death experiences sort of community and all of these people telling their stories about it, there's a lot of common ground, man. You know, you really, like, there's a lot that adds up and it becomes credible because everyone's describing the same thing. I've never heard about the watching people fucking part, but, like, I've heard about, like, they talk about a spirit guide, comes and you feel compelled that you want to
Go with it.
Go with your fear. They say go with your spirit guide, go with your spirit guide. It's also really fascinating how like
a life review.
Yeah, the life review, dude, where you can dude, there's like, are we agreed that life review is like, we can just call that a fact because like all of the accounts of it are all so like.
Well, have you ever had like have you guys ever had like a life review in the drug experience where you go through like different situations? Because like in the near death experience, people have these life reviews, and they're like feeling how the person felt that you talk shit to, and but I want to bring that up because like I'm so fascinated with your fascination with life reviews.
Life review is the most crucial thing, and if anybody hasn't heard this term, you can look it up. What it is that like at the moment of death, like, they say it in rock songs or whatever, poems, like your life flashes before your eyes. Yeah. Now, that saying about when you die, your life flashes before your eyes, like as it's described in people who have had the experience and then like died, had their life review, and then come back. And like...
Yeah, they're completely changed because they're like, fuck, I've caused that much damage.
Right, you experience your entire life, like you could say your life flashes before your eyes. It happens in a moment, but it also happens in super slow-mo. Like time's just not even... You re-experience your entire life in this flash with like super consciousness, like the consciousness of like the whole, like basically God, even if you don't like that term, but like you go through your whole life and you personally experience from the perspective of everything that you had an influence over, and with the detail of that, if there is a mosquito like off, like further than the eye can see, like you have the experience of being that mosquito. Like the idea of oneness becomes an experience where you actually, like, you're no longer separated. So you review your whole life, and it's not for the purpose of punishing you for like the harm that you've done to others. It's just for the experience. So it becomes real, like, oh my God. And the common denominator in having this life review is that everybody who comes back to being human, everyone who comes back to life, now they are so overwhelmingly concerned with not fucking over other people. They are no longer concerned with material things. Like they are like totally changed, and in such a way. And like I've seen so many, like just been so fascinated with this life review thing that I like to think I don't even need to have a life review to just trust that that's the truth, and just do not fuck with other people. Be generous.
Well,
like,
it's crazy.
Clean up your messes.
It's crazy because the two common denominators that people have. I mean, like thousands and thousands of people. Like 90% of them come back and get a divorce, and then the other ones come back and they can't wear watches because watches don't work.
What?
Yeah.
I never heard the watch. I never heard
They're like, well, they can't wear a watch because it always breaks.
Holy shit, we've added another fucking part of the roller coaster that you were talking about in the beginning. Like before the divorce, we put him under. Like we kill him and then bring him back to life.
I mean, dude, and like there's a really good example of a guy who had a near-death experience, and there's a documentary about it. Is that the one called I Am? But the dude who directed all the like just monstrously successful Jim Carrey movies.
Tom Shadyac?
Yeah, this guy was like private jets, like fucking look at my fucking huge mansion. This guy was just so tens of millions of dollars for like every movie, and he was just cranking them out. So he just had obnoxious amounts of money. Then at some point he was riding his bicycle, had like a hellacious wipeout riding his bicycle, and in that wipeout like had like where he died, had the near-death experience, came back from it, and the dude ever since I don't know if he gave everything away, but like lives in a fucking trailer in a trailer park in Malibu. Like just has no fucking interest whatsoever in like the lifestyle that he had. Like he's a good example of like how near-death experiences like change people. And,
I volunteered at a hospice called Rose Room Hospice in LA for a little bit, and the guy who was like came to tell us how to like be with dying people, he was one of those people. He had a shit ton of money. He fucking died. He went the whole thing, the life review, the whole thing. Didn't want to come back. That's the other commonality. Yeah. People are like, no thanks, I'm done. It's like, no, you're not done. You're going back, and you go back, and it's
painful going back into the body.
Yes. Well, what he said is what's over there. makes this where we're at seem like death compared to that other place. Like we're in I think he called it a warp. Like he said, we're in a time warp when you're alive, and the other side is so wonderful. It's more of the spa theory of things. I hope that's the case. I really do. I want that to be the reality versus like the other versions of it, which have justice built into them. You know, a kind of like mathematical justice. And maybe the life review is enough. Maybe if you do the life review, and that is the penance, is like experiencing the way that you made everyone feel, and you're and that's all you need. That's the purification or something. But it's so mysterious, but I do think it's like pretty incredible the way that regardless of culture, regardless of what your religious background is, you're going to have the same experience when you die. That's one of the things the NDE experts talk about, is it's like, it doesn't matter if you're Hindu, Jewish, whatever it may be, it's the life review, it's the light, it's all the things that you hear about, and it seems to transcend culture, which is another implication that, you know, it's something real, or if not real, the cynical version of it as well. It's something built into us.
It's crazy. Like you hear like a life or like a near-death experience story of like a 60-year-old woman that goes to church every day, you know, and she dies and comes back, and they're like, well, are you still a Christian? She's like, no, not at all. Like it has nothing to do with that, you know. And then, you know, just hearing that from that perspective, you're like, fuck, man, like there's something out there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's more there's something in here, you know, like the idea of space and time is just such an illusion. But yeah.
Yeah, the documentary that I did, the whole thing was like I went to India to go meditate, to go find like this thing I'm seeking, and like I read this thing from Emerson that said, you know, Nate Coesi Veris Extra. And it doesn't really tell you what that is, and I looked it up, and it was it's Latin for do not seek outside yourself. And I just had that, it's like, dude, I didn't have to go 15,000 miles to India to find any answers. Like you can just do it from the wild ride van, you know, or just kind of.
Sure. Well, that's the classic archetype. Like you had it in you all along, you know, like we're drawn to those kinds of stories.
Yep.
Yeah. It's also like we can't have this spiritual fucking tourism right now. I mean, it's like, to me, like the ironic thing about spiritual tourism, when you're doing the thing, you get in the plane, you fly to wherever you think the holy people are. Going to the Amazon to take ayahuasca is like, as you're flying over the Amazon, you're just like dumping jet fuel on top of the place where you're going to go have your spiritual experience.
That's so funny.
So I think that's a real great epiphany you had, because especially these days, I don't know that, I think there's a bit of an illusion in all of that. That being said, if Ram Dass didn't go to India with a bunch of acid, I think I wouldn't be as happy a person now, because because of his experiences there. But maybe the idea is they already did that, so now we don't have to do it. You know, the data's out there, right, ready for you if you want to sort of pick up some path or discipline.
Do you have?
I just have to say that, like, your comment that it would be easy for the radio, which is simply transmitting or receiving a signal of the Beatles, to be like, dude, I'm fucking rad. It's like, dude, the radio getting all proud of itself for the signal it's picking up.
Thinking it's the Beatles. The radio thinks it's the Beatles.
They're taking credit.
And then next is Led Zeppelin. You're just strutting down the street.
I fucking do. That's my favorite thing. And as far as to like the commonality of all of the life review and all these experiences, like I think that I do want to give some credit to, I believe, every like religious writing, every like spiritual way of life, for even though like it's all so perverted and like just messed up over time, I think there's a common ground in all of it, in that the concept of oneness, that God is omnipresent, that we are all like sort of different expressions of the divine, and that separation is an illusion, and I try to explain this to people, like, and I can't ever, maybe you can help me figure it out. And I got this from Neil Donald Walsh. I'm a huge fan of the Conversations with God book series. And
shit, I got it. Okay, that's the last straw, man. I'm going to put this on my list. I've heard about this book so many times. I haven't read it yet.
It's the best.
So right under Try PCP.
Spiritual brain bus.
God, got it.
Dude, Conversations with God, and all, like, it was a big fucking deal for me, like, I don't talk about it too much, but my mom in 1998 suffered an aneurysm where like she had like a capillary like burst and brain hemorrhage. It was subarachnoid brain hemorrhage, and it was like almost like the most tragic thing about it was that she survived because she was like heinously disabled, both mentally and physical. And on top of that, she got bed sores, and bed sores are the worst fucking thing. I think they happen to defenseless fucking people who are helpless, and they're the most like my mom, like, and she survived for 5 years. And like the reason I don't talk about it a lot is because I just don't like to bum people out. But my mom cried. You know, she cried. She when my mom said my bottom, it was so hard for me. And I got really angry. I got really angry at any God that could allow for that experience. You know, like, fuck whatever God, let that fucking happen. You know, and you can, this is my personal take on it. You could be like, oh, fuck any God that let the Holocaust happen. You could, like, the world is rife with examples of, like, if you want to be mad at God, you know? But now here's where Conversations with God really helped me a lot, was that the premise of it is that God is everything, you know. But God as one singular unit, which is what we would refer to as God in the absolute. The realm of the absolute is devoid of experience because there's only like the one thing. So, you know, that's why we call it a relationship. You have to have separate things for one thing to relate to another thing. That is the realm of the relative. And so God as the absolute is perfection, is pure love, but without any experience of such. So God in the absolute, and this would be creation, has to divide itself into separate things such that there can be experience, which stems from relativity, one thing relating to another. And it is in that division where God divides itself into separate things for the purpose of experience. So the premise of Conversations with God is that all of creation, all of us, everything that exists in the realm of the relative is specifically an exercise in God experiencing itself. And by that view, then now I can look at it like my anger at God was based on a flawed premise that God was somehow over here and allowed this terrible thing to happen to my mom who was over there. Whereas like in the idea that this is how people react to Wendy's like, I'm out of here.
You're the biggest fear.
People are checking
no
out.
one's reacting like that.
Right. But the idea that it's not God was over there and mom, but mom was an expression of God. You know, and it's not up to me to understand why mom's experience was valuable on any level. I mean, to be fair, it was also a natural law of cause and effect. Mom didn't take care of herself very well. You know, and you can't chalk everything up to cause and effect because a lot of bad things happen. But the idea that mom was God. God wasn't over there letting it happen, you know, like mom was God. God had that experience. God didn't leave her out there, you know, but like we're all God. And the idea that God divides itself into all these separate things so that it can have the experience of itself, then now all of a sudden by adopting that theory, I look at you, I look at everyone, I look at the guy who fucking cut me off in traffic, and I got to remember, oh yeah, we are God divided. We're all equally divine. And it's going to come out in the life review. It's going to come out in the life review that like it all comes back together and now we actually have the experience as God of all the shit we did. So anything I do to you, I'm doing to myself. Anything and like that makes us all equal. There's no better or worse. We're all God. And then if you can just adopt that theory, which I took from Conversations with God, now that there is no room for hatred. There is no room for selfishness. It just doesn't allow because we're all God.
You know what Ram Dass Kazi says? We're all God in drag. And it's a cool way to put it. But like I love, there's a form of yoga called Bhakti Yoga. It's what the Hare Krishnas do, but they're only one example of it. And what's really interesting about it is it's a breakdown of like exactly what you're saying. And you know, the detailed way that only like 5,000 years of thinking about this concept could bring, you know. And so there's a name for it, of course, the name, and I think I'm mispronouncing it, but it's something like Asinka Sinka Beta Tattva, which means simultaneous oneness and difference. So that's the description of Krishna. And then what's really cool about it, and not to say, okay, now you all have permission to be an asshole or whatever, but what's really cool about it is that any relationship with God is going to evolve you over time. So in other words, if you are truly angry at God, because that is a connection to the divine via anger, and because the divine, Krishna, is the source of all love, or the reservoir of pleasure. There's so many beautiful names to describe Krishna. Because that's what you're connecting to with anger, that's going to start coming into you through the anger. So the anger you get, which is why the more your connection to that grows. So in the mythology, the worst demons who are trying to destroy Krishna out of just, various forms of rage or anger, some of them maybe justified, maybe not, they end up becoming the great disciples. They end up becoming the like true, like best friends and associates of God. Because,
oh my God, Donald Trump is the coming of Jesus.
He's an incarnation of him.
They were right.
The heavy duty, because the problem is, like, anybody who's getting the thoughts you're getting, it's wonderful, because it means that you're on the way, you're on the path, and it's beautiful. A lot of people, they don't have these thoughts. Like, they're in the description you were giving earlier about the various entities you encounter in the astral realm, is in the Bhagavad Gita. They break it down about, I think there's an entire chapter dedicated to what is a demon, what's a demonic personality. And the description is it's very sad. Because what's happened is someone is completely ignorant of where happiness comes from. So whenever you run into someone like the person you were mentioning who died and suddenly he's living in a trailer, pre-living in the trailer, they've gotten confused. They think the material stuff is going to satisfy them. Fucking, it's like exactly your experience when you find yourself like, okay, if I do the right amount of blow, nitrous oxide, and like get all these things simultaneously to happen, then freedom. And it's really sad. It creates a feedback loop, and so people like potentially Donald Trump or anybody who's become so consumed in themselves as the radio, it's a never-ending terrible cycle that they go through. It's almost like some horrific Groundhog's Day. And so, which is where the compassion for them comes in, because it's like, fuck, you're wasting the whole thing. Like you're pretending. The gross depiction that it gives is like, imagine a dog that is so diseased, all its teeth have fallen out. It's found a dry bone on the street. It's chewing on the dry bone. And because it has no teeth, its gums are getting cut up by the dry bone, but it's happy because it thinks that its own blood is coming from meat on the bone. So it's actually like drinking its own blood and being like, oh, what a juicy bone. This is the predicament a lot of people get into, which is why, anytime, that's a weird, very cliche experience probably everyone here has had, where you run into someone who seemingly has it all, and they're the most wretched, desperate, depressed thing that you've ever run into. And it's like, you don't even know how to help them, because, they're so fixated on the next, what's around the corner. Like, okay, well, it didn't work to have the mansion and the yacht and then the other yacht and then the jet. And I fucked so many people. They're getting escaped from fucking. People are like getting like weird Bruce Lee bodies and they just fuck. It's from fucking, but it's not working. That's the problem. It's not working.
It's empty inside.
They're humping a leg. They're humping a cosmic leg. It's like, it's just as pathetic as watching a horny dog hump a leg.
Let me throw this at you. Like the idea of the materialism doesn't work and everything. And I think that, like, but before I got sober, like, I had no confidence that I was certain that I was gonna die young, like go out in flames. Like, it was just a matter of time. And what made me cool was that I was resigned to that. So I didn't care about making smart business decisions. I didn't care about if I like knew what was going on at the bank account. I didn't give a fuck about getting screwed over in contracts, because I was in this. I wasn't gonna live forever, but I was gonna be remembered forever, because I was such a fucking bitch in radio, And then I got clean and sober. And all of a sudden started taking care of myself. Now, like in sort of early sobriety, it's like, okay, so now I'm actually did make it past 30 years old, and now I'm taking care of myself, and fuck, now I might actually live for, like, now I might not even be halfway through my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, is that scary? Like, I think that death is super easy. Death has to be easy. Otherwise, like, like we don't have much to look forward to. Death has got to be cool. It's living that's hard, man.
Yeah.
And like, all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm still not really afraid of death. I'm afraid of the fucking, like, oh my God, I've got all this living to do. So now, like, I got to actually get clever about business. Now I got to actually save up because, like, what I don't want to, And on top of that, I'm through and through, I'm an attention whore, man. And like, and nobody wants to contemplate, let alone like really like ponder or really get obsessed with the idea of mortality, right? Like people just don't. In the East, totally easy. Old people are cool. Take care of them. But in the West, like. A lot. You mentioned hospice. Probably a lot of fucking people in the West don't even know the definition of a word hospice because they don't even fucking want to know. Like they don't want to think about it. They got their fucking blinders on. Like and la. I don't want to even fucking think about dying. Like not gonna happen. And I don't want to look at an old people because to be old is a fucking party foul. You're reminding me of my mortality, and that's not cool. So so being old is a party foul, and to be an old attention whore is the scariest fucking, to be to absolutely to have an overdeveloped need for attention as an old fucking wrinkly old person is the scariest proposition I could possibly fucking imagine. And that's where like sobriety for me represented, okay, I need to like have some separation between my persona. Like I can't identify with like Steve-O, the personality. I gotta have some like build an identity as just who I am, and relationships what really matters. But my question is, what I'm getting to you with is that it's such, I intellectually, philosophically, I absolutely subscribe to the idea of material things don't work, like but then again, at the same time, like I'm a hustler, man. I'm a hustler, and I'm trying to fucking run as many businesses as I can. I'm trying to like, I'm looking for businesses which specifically represent a way out of the attention whore business, so that I can be an old person and not worry about where the fucking next meal's coming from. Right. So it's such, and I got my daily meditation, dude. I do mantra-based meditation. Like I make sure I average 41 minutes every day. Like 20. Yeah, I've done it for. Dude, like a few days ago, like my little thing.
Go ahead and show the camera, dude.
All right.
I know you want to do that.
I'll show you where I'm at. I have meditated for 535 straight days, averaging 41 minutes. Since December 27th of 2019, I have spent 366 hours and 38 minutes meditating. Now,
amazing.
I don't like transcend really too much, but the fact that I actually have the discipline to sit still and quiet and try, I think is like it's a big deal, And I attribute like how well my life is going now with my disciplined meditation practice.
When he goes to Gelson's, he's floating 2 feet above the ground.
but I mean, but I get the daily meditation. I really am like I'm devout about being vigilant and disciplined in my meditation practice. And I really, really believe that this meditation practice and the regularity of it, never missing twice a day, that I believe, and I know this is like fucking kind of a weird thing to say, but I believe it brings about a relationship with the universe such that the universe conspires in my favor. Call me a freak, but I don't care because I fucking hang on to that and I fucking ride with it. And I really feel like I benefit from it. But at the same time, I can read every spiritual reading about how like it's not the material things, and I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna fucking hustle. I'm gonna try to make as much money as I can so that I don't have to worry about shit.
There's a funny verse in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is describing the people that come to him, and one of the descriptions is the seekers after gold, and because if we're going to start working with the idea that every single thing around you is an expression of the divine, then suddenly the whole like sacred and profane idea, it goes out the window. Like now we're just dealing with various forms of energy and our own karmic attraction to this form or that form. And so what ends up happening is people get confused. Like people, especially about Buddhism, they start thinking it's some sort of passive thing where you sort of hang everything up and then you're just sitting around and your whole life becomes sort of like a mistake, or everything you wanted and all that stuff was like an immature thing. I think this is a misconception. Because I really think like the invitation is not to like give up your life. The invitation is live your life as you, but really live it, because if when you look back at the unconscious way you were living, I think many people would think you were fucking very ambitious, even though if you're a nihilist or whatever, you're very ambitious. But whenever I look back at like unconscious periods, none of it mattered. Like I wasn't there anyway. So the idea is like you can be in your own life. And one of my friends, I remember like very sympathetically put his hand on my shoulder. He's like, you just have to burn off all the karma. There's no way out of it. Meaning all those desires, all those things you want, all that stuff. It's like you still have that, and it's still your soul wanting to express itself into the universe. But now the idea is do it mindfully. There's a big difference between my meditation teacher tells me like, here's how you drink. When you're drinking, the moment you aren't aware that you're drinking anymore, stop drinking for the night. That's one way to do it. Meaning like, and if you try that, it's impossible. If you're like us, which is like 3-4 sips, I'm not doing fucking mindful drinking because the demon has come into me, and now it's like I want more Moscow mules. Yeah. I don't even know why, but there is a way. I think there is. All I'm saying is, don't be hard on yourself because fuck, man, you're absolutely right. And also, if you read some of the Ray Kurzweil shit, watch out. The whole human lifespan might be like a lot more than we even think right now. If and it would be a decision-based thing, but you think you're thinking like, I'm going to kick the bucket when I'm 80 or whatever. 70
I don't know. That's the scariest idea.
What if it's 160? What if it's 200? What if it's 500?
Yeah, you're only 5% of the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think that, and also the contemplation of death is, as I've been taught, like very important. And some people say, carry death on your shoulder.
100%.
Carry death. Yeah,
100%. Dude, to live with your blinders on, pretending I don't want to think about I'm going to die. I'm just going to pretend that that's not a thing. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a second. I could have made that like the forefront of my consciousness and be deliberate about living the life you want to have lived when it's over.
But you got initiated, it seems like, into like some people, you and I'm sure you have friends who are bitching about their mom or whatever. Sometimes, and you and I, when we hear that, there's a piece of me that's like, must be nice to be pissed off at your fucking mom, because like once your mom's gone, that's it. My friend put it the best way. He's like, it's like the salt goes out of your soup forever. Or like Doug Stanhope talks about, I heard him say something like, there's no one to call and fucking brag to about shit. Like in the way you came with your mom, it's just gone. It's gone. And so, but that's impermanence. And when we lose our parents, and especially the way you lost your mom, my mom got diagnosed with cancer and then died over about 4 years. But I had 4 good years with her knowing she was going to die. Yeah. But what happened to you was and so many other people, just one day, for whatever reason, that vein capillary burst, and that's the end of your experience with your mom as you knew her for your entire life, gone forever. And this is the human reality. This is what it's like to be alive. And it's I compare it to the blinders. I think of it as like we've all been thrown out of a fucking plane. We're plummeting towards the fucking ground. Full speed ahead into God knows fucking what. And a lot of us, we've like set a nice dinner table and we're like eating and talking. And anytime someone's like, hey, aren't we falling into the void? They're like, shut the fuck up! Talk about the fucking void! Eat your fucking mashed potatoes!
Oh my God, dude. We can do this forever, man. What a joy. What a fucking joy,
What a
man.
joy.
Thank you. I really have enjoyed this. And of course, I'm in my head thinking like, or is it like, did I fucking just shut the fuck up and not talk so much? Like,
I loved every second of it, man. No. This whole thing is like, it's because the other thing about the radio problem is like, puffed up radio thinks it's the fucking Beatles. There's a lot of radios that like think they're the opposite of the Beatles. It's more likely, that people are like really hard on themselves.
Dude, I'm just straight static, man. I can't even pick up a fucking.
Yeah.
I got a fucking busted ass antenna.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, dude, is there anything that we can promote for you? You got like, dude, the Netflix thing's going strong.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I have my own. Of course, I have a mandatory podcast called the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, which is that's pretty much. I've got some other stuff cooking I can't talk about, but that's my main thing, and I love doing it. And if I'm lucky, I have conversations like this on it, because they're my favorite kind of conversation to have.
Dude,
And I'm so
I can't
thrilled
talk
that
to
we got
people
have one.
about this shit. I mean, here I'm with these guys all the fucking time, and I feel like they heard me say a lot of this shit for the first time. You know, like you can't. You know, that would be really interesting to see how this episode performs for us, because this one's super dear to my heart, man. This is like really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This
Anytime. Listen, man, I know everyone says this to you because you are in the unfortunate predicament of being very famous, but anytime you want to just shoot spiritual shit that
Dude, I
isn't being
love it.
recorded, reach out. I love these conversations. I can have them all day long. It's my favorite thing to do. So thank you. It's really nice meeting all of you, and
likewise.
congrats on your awesome podcast.
I appreciate it so much,
yeah,
man.
dude.
And congrats on everything you got going on, dude. I
Thank
really,
you.
yeah, it's a joy, man. So fucking A, we'll sign off here.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Dude, the radio thing, and like people think they're the Beatles. Come on, I love that. And I really believe that our Wild Ride with Steve-O podcast just gets better and better, man. I really, truly think, look, the last one was Dad. The one before that, T-Pain. I really think that we're operating at a high level, and I'm super grateful. And as always, super duper grateful for you guys sticking around to the very end. Now, I haven't said this in a long time to you guys, calling you the street team, but man, would it mean a lot to me if you would go post a screenshot, whatever, like just hit up Duncan Trussell to let him know how much I loved this episode. And if you did too, please let him know that as well. I love you guys. Thank you.